the depths of my soul, feeling the loss of control in the spirit, so colorful. If you feel it, then let's go to a place where you belong. Give you strength to carry on. Open your heart, set your mind at ease. Live your life and you'll be free. We're gonna rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Rise, rise, keep on rising, rise, rise, rise.
Take me home to the banks of the riverside. Take me home to the place that I call mine. It's a place I love best. Yes, it's better than the rest. Take me home to the banks of the riverside.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Toon Review YouTube channel, where tonight it is Monday night rumour mill with myself, Peter. We got Barry, who will be stepping away for an Indian shortly. We got Billy, we got Stephen, and John is due to join us, but once again, he has internet problems.
Never happens on his streams.
No, it never happens on his streams. But you know, yesterday when he was on my review show, I don't know whether any of you watched it. He kind of turned it to a Barry's away for his food. He turned into a ventriloquist puppet, and his mouth was going quicker than the words were coming out his gob. So I have no idea what's going on. My 4K card isn't working, so I've had to go stream through OBS tonight, which is why I'm on a different background. It's all great stuff. How we doing, chaps?
Very well, very well.
Good. So we've got Cambridge United in the third round of the FA Cup. Are we happy?
Yeah, why
Very
not?
good draw. Very good draw.
Good draw.
I think we need some easy draws to start us off with, just to start a good cup run. You think Baz would turn his microphone off, wouldn't you, when he's getting the Indians delivered? I mean, that's just blatant rude. So I'm gonna mute him so I can't hear him singing to the Indians. And yeah, never mind. And also today, obviously, we saw. By the way, can I just say on this point, I was one of the first to tweet that out this morning that the signs were coming down, and I got a whole load of abuse saying, that's bollocks, and then half an hour later the club announced it to Lee Ryder. So there you go. No more Sports Direct, Peter.
Absolutely delighted. Goodbye, good riddance. Take them as far away as you possibly can and don't bring them back ever again.
Yeah.
Don't have to step inside to James's Park, have to look at them anymore. It just shows totally becoming really Mike Ashley free now, which is absolutely delightful.
Yeah, it's awesome news, Billy. The fans going into the ground for the next home game against Man City, and it's going to be stripped of anything to do with the old Sports Direct logos. So we're going into a bare stadium unless they put new sponsorship deals up.
They've been there a long time, haven't they? As well, it's going to be a bit of a culture shock at first.
Yeah.
But they were staying on them stands all along. You know, they were horrid all along, even when he wasn't unpopular. I didn't like them. So, yeah, great. They've gone, and I'm hoping that the new owners don't put something up to replace them. I just like the Newcastle United Football Club across the stand. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, that would be nice. Stephen, obviously, we've had them boards up for so long. It's gonna be a very strange environment when people go back into St James's and see that there's no Sports Direct logos.
Yeah, I think it's like Billy said, it's going to be like a culture shock. Not to say them where they're supposed to be in the ground. I think that one is. I can't wait to see that one down the players' tunnel where it's got Sports Direct all down the side, where the players come out of the tunnels onto the pitch. I think that's just so gaudy. And the one in the main reception, that as well, that's horrible as well.
Yeah, definitely. Geordie's got a comment here, which I find quite entertaining, but StreamYard seems to have frozen on me. In fact, we've all gone down here. What's going on here? Are we back?
I can hear you still.
I can hear you.
I don't know what happened there. It's not bringing comments up, though. Honestly, this thing is absolutely shocking, StreamYard. It really is. It needs a revamp. Geordie has made a comment saying, "Evening all, got to love heated balls when you're giving Cambridge United at home." Yeah. FA Cup has been drawn. Newcastle play Cambridge. Oi, bring on the Toon banter and a few ciders. What are we drinking tonight, Billy?
At the minute, I'm on Coke Zero, but I'm going to get myself a pint in a minute.
Fair enough. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. It's putting. It's
just see Chippers. I see Chippers as covered just there.
No farting tonight after the ridiculous efforts of Level 7 Dave. I found that absolutely shocking, to be fair.
Oh my god.
Guys, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to step out and come back in because I've got something going on here. I don't know what's happened.
Oh, mate. So that cup draw, I noticed the usual suspects. I mean, we don't usually get drawn at home, do we? But I know Manchester United were again, and so were Chelsea every bloody time, innit?
Chelsea got Chesterfield, Swindon got Man City away. So basically, all the big teams have got easy draws.
Yeah,
Man United the fourth round.
Who did Man United get? Villa. That'll be a good hard game for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There were quite a few all Premier League ties, weren't there? You got West Ham, Leeds, Leicester, Watford.
Yeah.
A few going to be knocked out. All good for us.
Yeah, it certainly will be.
If we get past the fourth round for us.
Yeah, if we get past Cambridge, it should be okay, shouldn't it? There should be quite a few of them knocked out.
I think you might go with some of the youngsters, so the likes of Anderson might be given a run out this time, which I'd be really like to see as well.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I don't know. There's many dangers in the. I don't even know what league Cambridge are in. What league are they in?
2, I believe.
League 2.
I think it's League 2.
We should be winning that really, shouldn't we?
Oh yeah. Well, let's face it. What happened to Newport away last season? So we don't want to repeat of that.
Right, am I here?
Yeah, we see. I can hear you.
Jesus Christ. I'm changing my internet. I'm moving over to BT shortly because Sky is absolutely abysmal. I mean, it's abysmal.
That's who we am with BT.
Yeah, and they're just much better than anyone else, to be honest. So, never mind. Geordie says Cambridge United's last visit to St James's Park came back in November '92 when David Kelly scored a hat-trick and Gavin Peacock scored to make it for 4-1 Toon win. Hopefully the same again, really. Everybody's saying hello to everybody in the chat. Evening, everyone. The last 7 days have just got better and better. Never felt as happy supporting Newcastle in a long time. Happiness is to come, but we've got to go through the rumours. And Stephen, I hope you've got a list there, buddy.
I've got a good few players. I've got 9 players on my list. So.
Well, there you go. We've had a few in the last 2 weeks. Who's the first on the list, Steve?
I've got Jonathan David at Lille.
It would be him, wouldn't it? If Ryan's watching, he'd be ecstatic. Plays at Lille at the minute, lightning quick. Is it somebody we need, Billy?
We certainly need another striker, so especially one with pace like David's got.
Yeah.
Whether he'd come as a backup to Wilson, I wouldn't have thought so because you'd have to say he's probably a younger and better model of Wilson. So yeah.
Peter, what's your thoughts on Jonathan David?
I've seen him, and he looks a very decent player from what I've been seeing of him. So I don't think that would be a bad shout.
Well, for me, not a bad shout at all. I think, somebody with his pace we could really do with, to be honest. I think he's lightning quick. He's still very young as well. Stephen, roll off those stats for us. Let's see if you'll fit in.
Well, he played for Ghent before he went to Lille. He's like 21-year-old, so he's going to have bags and bags of pace. Centre forward, he's made 135 appearances over his career. He's scored 62 goals, assisted 13. But 7 yellow cards over his career and 0 red cards.
7 yellow cards isn't too bad at all. I mean, he does sound a player that would be great in a Newcastle United shirt. I mean, where would he play? That's the question. Where in what position would he play?
Joelinton playing so well. Are we going to fit someone like a Jonathan David in?
Listen, you ain't moving Joelinton out of any side. I'm telling you now.
I'm not saying moving about him. The same way, where would you put Jonathan David in that team?
Well, it's a good
When
point.
Joelinton's
And
playing
it's
so well.
definitely a discussion to be had. Speaking of Joelinton, good evening, John.
How are you doing, my lad? Great.
Are we actually
Doing
sorted
fine,
now?
pal.
Are we up and running?
Yeah, up and running, and let's hope it doesn't go off again. If it does, I will be straight back.
Yeah, I've had a few issues today as well. We're just talking about Jonathan David. He's the first one on the rumour list, John. What's your thoughts on him?
I'll tell you what, if he's available, I'd definitely take him because we need someone up front. He's young, he's a Canadian international, he scores for Lille. And I tell you what, as well, I'd take his teammate with him as well, which I'll show you come on to later on, sort of thing, Sten Botman as well. But on Jonathan David, for me, I think I'd take him. We need pace up front, and he's a young lad, and how much he'd be worth, I don't know. How much is he worth? How much are they quoting him?
Well, I mean, when Newcastle come knocking, it could be anything, couldn't it? So, he might have a value at the minute, but that would suddenly change as soon as Newcastle United knock on the door. You can guarantee there's an extra few million going on there. But again, we'll see. Abs has made a good comment, and I fully agree. I think, this comment here is something that I think is very sarcastic from Abs as well, but I'm fully behind it. A bit left field, but how about Connor Cody, the Wolves captain, coming in January?
Did anyone see that thing he did the other day on Saturday when he got to the line and got whacked in the nuts with the ball? He was determined to stop the ball going in. Yeah, fantastic. Determined, inspiring defending. Just a bloke who just kind of
inspires his teammates as well, Billy. That's what he does. That's why he's captain. But if we go back to Jonathan David, for me, it's going to be very interesting if we went for somebody like him, where he would fit into the team, because everybody keeps telling me that, the front players, we shouldn't really touch because give them some games together. We can only get better and better. Joelinton, for me, I think he's going to end up in midfield. I just have a feeling he's going to end up in midfield. But Jonathan David, lightning quick. We could certainly do with a lightning quick player. Another one. I mean, do we have any really lightning quick players at the minute?
Not really.
Would you not argue with Sam Maximan? He's lightning quick, and he's.
I mean, is he lightning quick though?
He has that sort of his demeanour that he may look quick, but he's actually not that quick. So,
yeah, I mean, Jonathan David. I mean, we have to ask ourselves, would he improve the side? And I think that has to be a yes. I mean, somebody like Jonathan David would, but we've seen players come in before from French league and they've really struggled. You look at Capella, you look at what's the other guy's name? Tovan.
Yang Mbia.
I thought Mbia did all right. Me, I liked Mbia.
He wasn't too bad. He did.
The difference with this chap is, though, he speaks English. He hasn't got a language barrier to step over.
Yeah, and he's not French Canadian either. He's a proper Canadian.
Well, he's actually born in New York, wasn't he?
Yeah, so I mean, he speaks the proper language, unlike sounding Canadian with a French accent, which I think is ridiculous. But never mind. So we'll have a vote on it, guys. We'll start off with Jonathan David. Yes or no?
Johnny D, 100% yes if he comes.
Billy Trey?
Oh yes for me.
Steve?
Yeah, definitely.
And Peter?
Yep.
And it's a yes from me as well. So, yep. Jonathan David will be signing for Newcastle United in January. So we've decided that. I hope the new owners are watching tonight because, just give them a feel of who they need to go for. Eddie, if you're watching, there you go. There's your first signing. Who's second on the list, Steve?
Our ex-Newcastle midfielder, Wijnaldum.
Again? He was linked. He was on the show 2 weeks ago. I thought it had all gone quiet on him, but obviously not. Peter, Gini Wijnaldum, we know all about him. We know what he's about. Is he somebody you'd like to see come in?
That's a tough one. Of course, because when he first signed, you were really excited, but second half of the season, he kind of faded away. And I just have that worry, could it happen again?
Yeah. He didn't really play well. I mean, he was kind of a homer, wasn't he? He didn't perform away from home.
Really play, he didn't.
But then again, I mean, they said that at Liverpool early doors, and then he picked up a little bit. But I mean, Billy, is Gini Wijnaldum someone you can see coming in? I mean, who would he replace?
To be honest with you, I don't think he'd be on our monitor really.
Yeah,
he was okay. He was brilliant for Liverpool, but Liverpool weren't like near the bottom of the table. When he was with us, we were at the bottom of the table and he didn't really pull up trees. Like you say, he was okay at home, but anonymous away. So yeah, it'd be a no for me, definitely.
Yep. What about you, John?
Me personally, I cannot see him coming back because he's at PSG, he's playing in Champions League, and
he's not getting in the side though, John.
I know, but he's on. What's he on a week? 350 grand a week as PSG. That's a lot of money.
I don't think he's on that. I'd be amazed if he was on that money, John. To be honest, I'd be amazed. I think we have to take that with a bit of pinch of salt.
It was a free transfer, wasn't it? So it could be.
Well, yeah, there was no sort of fees to pay, I guess, but
it's a hard one for me because he's had a long time in the Premier League sort of thing. Maybe he's a new challenge, but it's a hard one for me. But I'd take him back personally. I say if you could find a place for him, I say yes. But in the meantime, for me, I just can't see this move happening. Me, I really can't.
Fair enough. Julie talking about Conor Cody says no chance. Paul can't stand him. funny. Sarcasm is very funny in this world, isn't it? Loads more people saying hello. Stephen, have you got any stats on Gini?
Yeah, it was just from when he was when he's at PSV, Newcastle, Liverpool, and PSG. Obviously, he's played 272 games over his career, scored 45 goals, he assisted 20. 8 yellow cards and no red cards.
So he's never had a red card in his career?
Never had a red card in his career.
Does anybody else find that a bit strange in being a midfielder? Like, I mean, I know, it's probably a good thing he's had no red cards, but when you look at midfielders, I mean, the games he's played, the amount of experience he's got, I would have thought, if you're putting your foot in, which he was accused a lot at Newcastle United of not doing, if you're putting your foot in and going for it, then you're going to pick some cards up somewhere along the line. That says to me that he's not really, where we are in the league.
He's not really that tough midfield tackler, is he? In midfield, he's not. Doesn't look that kind of player to me.
Is that what
he's
we want?
That sort of player who like to put his foot in and trying to win a tackle, 50-50 tackle. He's not that kind of player who would do it.
I agree, but is that not what we want at the minute where we are? We need players who are going to get stuck in.
He did stick. Yeah. He got stuck in for Liverpool, didn't he? But I mean, it's hard to get sent off playing for Liverpool, I guess, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. So, Gini Wijnaldum, Peter, yes or no?
I'm going to say no on this one because I feel like it could be the same season. It could be the same from what happened just when he came to us first time.
Steve?
No, I probably wouldn't have Wijnaldum. Probably better players we can target than Gini. He had a good time when he was at Newcastle. I didn't mind him, but probably have to go on for somebody better than him. And he is getting on. He's 31, so his legs will be starting to go, and he's not getting a game at PSV. So I would probably say PSG. Sorry, so I'll probably say no myself.
Billy?
Yeah, it's a no for me. The age thing mainly. But yeah, no for me.
And John?
It's been a no for me, I'm afraid. I just can't see this week happening anytime soon.
That's fair enough. It's a no for me as well. So Gini Wijnaldum won't be coming back to Newcastle. We've decided that. Ronald's very happy as punch with the Cambridge draw. Why not? Billy, welcome back. I hope you're all right, matey. Hello, lads. Good to be back. Hope you've been all right. We're flying, matey. We're flying. Troll says, I don't want a cup run this year. We need to focus on going up as far as we can, in my opinion. Now, this is generating a lot of debate whether we want to see a cup run. Personally, I do, because I think winning breeds winning. And if we start getting cup runs and we score in goals, we could go out against Cambridge, get a few goals, get the confidence up again. Why not? It's a one-off game, these cup matches. Why not go and try and win them? You go on a cup run, that breeds confidence, Pete.
Absolutely. And I mean, we've only made it to like quarterfinals in God so many years where pretty much we're going out in either the third or the fourth round, particularly a lot of the time. So why not have a cup run? This is a new manager. This is new owners as well. And that's probably what they want to see as well, a decent cup run.
Yeah, definitely.
This is why we can't do it.
John, would a cup run be good for you?
Absolutely, because this is the one trophy I want to win is the FA Cup. I want to have a long FA Cup run. I mean, you've been cheated over the years by the previous owners. But having said that, I mean, I wanted to go as far as we can this time because we as fans deserve it. We have not played in the FA Cup final at the new Wembley. It'd be nice to play at the new Wembley, right? Or even the semi-final. And we as fans deserve it because we haven't won a trophy since 1955. We had a couple of finals and we came up short. But listen, I mean, I agree with PD. I mean, new owners would like to see us have a cup run, and winning beats confidence to me, like you said as well, Paul. And I want to go to the FA Cup wins. I want to win games. I just want to be winning games, and that includes the FA Cup. I want to go all the way this season.
Thomas says, Baz, on my behalf, I would like to say I'm truly sorry for what happened on Tuesday. What happened, Billy?
It was a bit ahead of us on the watch along, and he kept putting the scores up before we got them.
Thomas, you.
So when Norwich equalised, I turned around and seen his comment. Oh, for sake!
Yeah,
pre-announced the result.
Yeah,
it's all good though, Thomas. Don't worry about it.
Cesare, well forecasted on the signs coming down, Paul. I wonder if this is going to be the new Cody Bragg. Don't know if I've mentioned it, but I was the first to announce them coming down. I mean, I've mentioned that once. I mean, I did get the trolls coming at me again saying, oh, never mind and all of that. And I saw one in particular saying, if Paul stayed out at DMs and coffee shops, he might actually understand what's going on. So right back in your face, you twat. It's nice when you finally write about something and, Yano says, damned inconvenient this podcast on at the same time. Listen, you have to choose. End of story. Good riddance to the Sports Direct tatty signs. Jock says it'll be like a new stadium. Dublin Magpie, Alan, I was the man on the ground to back you up, Paul. Yes, you were. I was getting sort of messages. I got an early message saying that the signs were coming down. Then suddenly, Dave the Dublin Magpie was walking around the ground because, quite frankly, he keeps missing his flight home. So he was taking photos of all the vans and skips outside. So we knew something was going on. And very rarely, and you'll know this, guys, very rarely when you walk past towards the Leazes corner where the gate is and you can see into the stadium, very, very rarely are the shutters down there that you can't see in. And the shutters were down, which instantly said something was going on in the ground that they didn't want people knowing about straight away. But, and then obviously confirming it to Lee Ryder. So I'm just pleased they're coming down. I really am. Matthew says maybe Aramco will be the new sponsor. I think everybody's thinking that, Billy, aren't they?
I think so, yeah. It's an obvious choice, isn't it?
Yeah. The Pete says new sponsorship will be announced before the 19th. They will want to humiliate Abu Dhabi before the Man City game. It's going to be interesting, that. Shanyo, good evening, buddy, or good morning, whatever it is over where you are. If we can, someone manage to lure Vlahovic, that would be huge, but he may dislodge Wilson. John, you've seen a bit of Vlahovic. Would you... Stephen, is he on your list?
He is indeed.
I thought he would be. Give us some stats on Vlahovic just before we get John's input, because he might be on a while.
But he played for Partizan before he went to Fiorentina.
Yeah.
21-year-old, obviously he's a striker. He's made 92 appearances, scored 40 goals, assisted 5. He had 8 yellow cards and 1 red card.
So, John, if he was to come into Newcastle, do you think he'd dislodge Callum?
If I'm honest with you, between the two, it's going to be a shock for you. I rate this guy very, very highly. I mean, he's sub-international.
Where does he play at the minute, John?
He plays up front, Fiorentina.
It doesn't surprise me at all that you're saying that now.
And he's got about 12, 13 goals this season. Scored again on Sunday, by the way. And what you're going to get from him, he's a big striker, 6'3", holds the ball up well. He scores, links up the play quite well. His movement's good. He's quite quick. And listen, if it's going to be him, I'd take him 100% all day long. He is quality. And people's going to say, "Oh, he's never middle." He's not. He is not hot. He's not hot-headed. He loves playing the game. He works hard for the team, and he tracks back. And this is the player I'd take all day long. I'd just say, pay the money and get this guy. This guy, world class.
Baz, what the hell is going on?
Who's got the dildo on?
Who's got what?
The dildo. There's a dildo on. Someone's definitely got a dildo on. All I can hear is like a. Bzzz,
there is a buzzing
bzzz.
going on. I don't know whose mic is buzzing, but there is a buzzing. But it's not a dildo, Baz. That's next Monday night, matey. Yeah, that's steady on there.
Just the
Toon Review Fan Club, thank you for the £4.49 super chat. Hello to 5 people in the green screen. Well, it's 6 now because Baz is back. He may have.
I would have thought you would have took me out
later on. No, just muted your mate, seeing as you didn't mute your mic when you walked away to answer the door.
Well, I shouted food.
Yeah, you did. We all heard that, mate. No problem at all.
I was letting you know.
So, Vlahovic then, Barry, are you a fan?
Don't know much about him, to be honest with you. All I've heard is John talk very highly of him there, so it's a yes from me.
Fair enough. Okay.
John
Peter,
knows his stuff.
He does. Have you seen much of him, Pete?
Little bits of him, and I think he is a very decent player as well. So I think why not?
Billy, have you seen much?
No, not really. I want to ask John: can he play as a 2 up front, or is he a lone kind of striker?
Well, Fiorentina plays 4-3-3 under Vincenzo Italiano. He's the coach of Fiorentina, and he plays up front. He can play a 2, but for me personally, I think he's better off playing as a 1 and lone striker up front. And he could just play with 2 or 1. The guy's just decent. I just run out of words. Applause for this guy. He has been fantastic.
Fair enough. Trolls, thank you very much for the 50 krona super chat, matey. Much appreciated as usual. Thank you for your support, mate. Michael says
£6.10.
No. Michael says, wouldn't my Newcastle sign a good young centre back like Fofana? We'll come on to that. Vlahovic, then let's have a vote. John?
As 150% yes.
Okay, Billy?
I'll go with John. I'll follow his knowledge and say yes.
Good luck at that. Steve?
Yeah, definitely.
Peter?
Yep.
Baz?
It's a full house. You're through to the next round.
There you go. Vlahovic will be signing in January. So that's 2 signings we're making so far. We've had 3 players. Just to let Baz catch up, we've decided that Jonathan David will be coming to Newcastle in January. Gini Wijnaldum will not be coming. And now Vlahovic. We all said no to Wijnaldum.
Really? After last 2 weeks ago, we said yes.
Yeah, but things change, Baz. You know, Joelinton comes to fruition, who I do think is going to end up in midfield, to be honest.
You still need squad depth, though.
Well, we do, but he's 31. I think we can get better players in, and I think the lads all agreed that we can get better players in for that kind of money. And bear in mind, he kind of goes missing sometimes in away games. We're going to need a lot more players to stand up and be counted, especially after January when it's getting back to. Thomas has apologised, Barry, for the watch along last week. Apparently, he was letting us know about the goals way beforehand, so he's had a heartfelt apology to you. Ryan, for me, it's still a backup striker and a top quality centre back in January. Well, you know, he'll be happy that we voted for Jonathan David to come in, and we know that we're going to get Connor Cody, so it's no point talking about anybody else. You know, we already know that we're going in a 1-9 formation after January. Cody 1 at the back, and then we just play 9 up front, and you know, we might concede a few, but Christ will score. But we'll see. Billy says we're going to gang up the league, up the Champions League.
Yeah, we're not going to go that far.
Well,
not yet. Not yet.
I think Archer will disagree, judging with his interview.
I did see that. Yeah, I saw that. Brilliant.
Under 23s are 1-0 up against the unwashed. Good evening, you rabble, says Bob. Good evening, Bob. Hope you're well. Another buzzer says excellent cup tie against Cambridge. Heated balls worked in our favour, or at least David Seaman wasn't corrupt. Yeah, we've had a few comments on the heated ball situation tonight, and you know, I know 100% Mag sometimes watches this channel, and you know, if he's watching, I'm sure he'd be laughing at that because he'd be looking back on that comment on this video, probably laughing because you know, has he
changed his tune now? Has he?
Well, I can't see him saying anything about the balls being heated this time, unless we got someone like Chelsea or Man United away. Peter, thanks very much for the £4.49 super chat. Evening, lads. What have I missed? Not much at the minute because, we've all had internet. Me and John have had internet problems. Barry's had an Indian takeaway. He's obviously going to have terrible indigestion later on and speediate that. My 4K Camlink card isn't working, so I've had to stream through OBS tonight. Hence the different background. But hey ho, it's all good. It's all good. It seems to be nice and settled now. We're not sort of, John's actually working for 10 minutes on a different stream, which is good to see. Neil says, do you think we should have a real go at the FA Cup or concentrate on the league? Now, John was asked this earlier on, Baz. He says he wants to see a cup run. I personally would like to see a cup run because I think winning breeds winning. Yeah. What do you think?
I think now that we've got Cambridge at home in the third round, you've got to win that game and see what happens in the fourth round, really, don't you? If you get another easier tie, then go for a run. If we end up with Chelsea away or Man City away, just put it to bed and then concentrate on the league. But if you're going to get a favourable draw, you've got to go for it.
Yeah. Chris says, hi, fellas. Have all the shite signs been taken down at St. James's? Well,
yes,
they're not all down yet, but they will be by the time we go back into the stadium. And hopefully a load of new, a whole host of new sponsors. I mean, I've already paid for mine. I'm getting a board. So, the Toon review. That's a lie, by the way, but, it would be nice.
New TVs would be nice as well, wouldn't they?
Yes. Yeah, I'm sick of squinting. But never mind. Michael, thank you for the super chat, mate. 150 quid again. Absolute star, as usual. Thank you for the continued brilliant support on the channel, mate. We had a good laugh at the two games. I'm glad you managed to get there. So thank you very much again. And fantastic. And, even though we got our chips drowned 2 nights running after the game, I can't believe as soon as we came out against bloody on Saturday, it was fine. And then it started hoying it down just as we were walking back to the car. But it is actually unthinkable what Dave Dublin Magpie actually ordered and took back to the hotel room. It was just, there's me and Michael ordering chips and he orders like half the bloody restaurant. So he was on for a good fill there.
He's a good lad, him.
Oh, he's class. He's class. He's still over here,
I know he doesn't want to go home, does he?
He's missed his flight 2 days running. I think he's starting to get deliberate.
He
is eventually coming over here to live. I think he loves it over here. So, but he has a date on Friday night, I believe. So he needs to get himself home. Matthew says Gayle will probably start against Cambridge. More than likely, unless we have a new signing in who needs blood.
Well, there's my first little thing for you. So apparently, according to my little source,
HP or Heinz?
It's definitely Heinz.
Cool.
Eddie Howe says Dwight Gayle will get a chance.
Nah. That's all I've got to say to that.
Well, it's the FA Cup game, innit? That he's going to get a chance. Prove himself.
I mean, Howie, who on the panel tonight wants to see Dwight Gayle? Yeah, there you go. 100% of the Newcastle fans do not want to see Dwight Gayle. Absolutely
we might not
not
want to see him, but Eddie Howe is willing to use him. That's the difference. So
we're going to have to use him. Preserve Wilson at some stage anyway. With all these games that have been wanting like in quick succession, Callum Wilson, we can't risk him getting injured. Oh, we are in this year. So we are going to see him at some stage, aren't we?
Especially December at the end, between Christmas and New Year, the games come thick and fast. You might pick and choose when he plays Wilson, maybe play him against Man United at home and drop him for Man City away or something like that. Because we're going to beat Man United at home, by the way.
Yes, but Man City are also at home, Baz.
When?
Over Christmas. We've got the two Manchester
both at home. So I would play Wilson at home against Manchester United and I'd play Gayle against Man City because we've got no chance. I'd rather target.
Listen, we're having no Grim Reaper shit on this show tonight, Barry. Right? We have won, and we are going forward. I bet you never thought. Listen, we all know that we perform better against the bigger sides, guys. We know that. You just never know what will happen.
100%. You've got to play your son.
You have to choose to target a game between Man United and Man City. You target
Man United every time. I hate them. Yeah, exactly. There's no doubt about that.
So this is the worst Man U team I've seen in years and years and years. And I said this.
Well, they looked better yesterday. They looked at, and I know they only beat Palace 1-0, but they did look a lot better. They were pressing more. They were certainly attacking more. And Fred looked like a different bloody player. I don't know what it is with these Brazilians and new managers, but Fred looked like a different bloody player. So we don't know what's going to happen. Peter, thanks for another £4.49 super chat. He says Ollie Watkins against Leicester. Wow, would love him in black and white. I think he needs to improve his finishing. I think his gameplay yesterday was great, but I think his finishing needs to be.
I watched that game yesterday.
Leicester look all over the place, to be honest.
I mean, the goals they conceded. I mean, that's.
I'm with you, Pete. I think we can get something out of that game on Sunday.
I think we can as well. I think we'll be looking at it. I think they look really, really shocking at the back. We could use that. I've been saying that for weeks.
Especially from set pieces. I mean, they're horrendous at set pieces.
Terrible defense.
And how that goal was disallowed when Smogel got his hand on top of the ball, I'll never know. That was a ridiculous decision. It was a ridiculous rule with that space.
Well, they've stated in the rules, like, if the keeper gets a hand on it, he's in control of the ball.
Absolute nonsense.
That rule is utter ludicrous, that.
It depends how long he was on a hold of the ball for, though. If it was just a half
it was a
split
second.
No.
It was literally a split second.
Just a second.
I haven't seen it yet, so I need to watch all the highlights. But
that's the law, though. It's a ridiculous rule. It's a ridiculous rule.
Yeah, but the ball's in his control. Then it's like the Shaw incident. The ball
weren't. He literally got a brush on it for about 0.03 of a second, and then
right. Well, that's not in control.
Bob Tyler says Haaland debut against Cambridge. Can't wait. That's some wishing. Michael would 100% take Jonathan David. Julie says that Cesare and Susan will sort it out for you, Paul. Need bother. I take Jonathan David definitely, says Matthew. Somebody's laughing at Chipper's fart joke, obviously about level 7 Dave. Did someone say Jonathan David? There he is. I knew he'd pipe up. Andy says Cody, captain all day long. Thank you, Andy. I'm on the same wavelength as you, my man. Connor Cody, without a doubt, in our new 1-9 formation.
Never heard of him.
Shut up. Paul says linked with a fella called Botman today. Yeah, we're going to come on to him. We may as well talk about him now. Stephen?
Yes?
Hit the stats on Botman.
On Botty, man. He played for Heron Vane. Made 26 appearances. 2 goals, 4 assists. And then when he went to Lille, 49 appearances, 1 goal, 5 yellows, no reds. His weakness is tackling. He likes sharp passes, and he's a style of play. He's aerial duels. That's his strength, and his passing, his concentration is all his strengths. But his weakness is tackling.
As a defender.
That's a bit worrying, to be honest, if his weakness is defending.
Maybe he reads the game so well he doesn't have to tackle.
Well, you say that about Fernandez, can't you? The way he steps up and intercepts things.
I love Fernandez. I was devastated he wasn't playing.
Guys, if you're enjoying the show, please don't forget to hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds to do so if you're enjoying the show. If you're new and like what you see, please do hit the subscribe button. I've had over 65 new subscribers today, so thank you very much to everybody that's new. I'm over the 6,500 now, which is unbelievable. Heading towards the 7 now. That is the next target. And with everybody's help, I'll be able to get there. If you want to super chat tonight, like other people haven't, donate to the channel, please hit the $ at the bottom of the live comments, which will take you through to the super chat section to make a payment towards the channel, which I say thank you in advance for, and thank you to everybody that's super chatted already. Who's next? Well, let's talk about Botman then, Peter. Who, is he one of your kind of players?
Well,
a defender that can't tackle?
Well, I don't really know much about it, but what that was read there, that doesn't sound appeasing, does it?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's struggling to tackle, and
that really excites me. A defender that can't tackle. Jesus Christ, we've got some of them already. Paul Bradbury, I'd just like to say it was great meeting you again on Saturday at the game, mate. So I hope you're well. But again, you're an absolute twat for the comment. If you've been as slow as your internet, Paul, then you wouldn't be going on a speed awareness course. 60 seconds in, and Lascelles had made 2 mistakes. I had a bad feeling, but every player put 100% in and deserved to win. Yeah, I must admit, I was worried about Lascelles early doors, but he did get better, to be fair to him. Barry, Botman.
Yes. Well, if you can't tackle in a physical league, he's screwed, isn't he? So it's a no from me.
And given that we're going to need people to be able to tackle in our running, I think is a necessity, really.
Yeah. Like I say, unless he reads the game so well, he doesn't need to tackle. He intercepts.
But he's a left back, isn't he? Oh, no, is he a centre back?
Centre back.
Centre back.
We don't want another centre back that can't bloody tackle. Jesus, no. Stephen, what's your verdict?
Well, reading his strengths and his weaknesses there, I don't think he's going to be a good fit because he's going to be needed to do a lot of tackling. If he joins in January, he's going to have to do his fair share of tackling, and if he can't do that, then what's the point of buying him?
Yeah. I mean, do you think this resurgence with Joelinton is going to change people's minds on bringing certain players in?
It's the squad depth again, though, isn't it? We still need players to come in who are top quality. If you looked at the bench, Murphy hasn't exactly performed, and he was coming on. And Fraser maybe, but we still need squad depth. So we need to ship on about 6 players and ship the new 6 in. Yes, Joelinton's done great, but it still doesn't hide the fact that there's still not as much in the background either, is there?
I think Joelinton, right? This is my thoughts on Joelinton. I think that Joelinton could well play in midfield. I think when he hasn't got the worry of being the main man to score goals, I think it takes a weight off his shoulders and he can play his natural game. Now, he showed on Saturday, again, that he can win the ball in the air, he can hold players off, he can tackle, he can win the ball back and lay it off. I think he's a midfielder waiting to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
But only time will tell. Billy Trey, what do you think on Botman? Terrible.
Defenders that can't tackle. We've got enough players as it is. We don't need any more. We shouldn't have to pay a lot of money for him. So, absolutely not for me.
Guys, my camera's just going to go off for a second, but I'm still here. John, what about Botman?
I'm surprised that, in my opinion, about Botman, he's don't think you got to realise he's won the League One title with Lille. You have to understand that. But, and obviously defensively, he rates him highly. But is he ready for the Premier League? That's the question. And at the minute,
21-year-old as well, so he's got a lot of learning to do. I know he's only very young, but he's still got a lot of learning to do.
Yeah,
and we've got a young left back already, haven't we, as well? So
and, maybe
who, by the way, is doing okay.
He is. Lewis has been fantastic, and he should have been given a chance. But do you want another young player coming in who's not in the Premier League to replace someone who's starting to show something? And do you want 2 of them playing, if he's a centre back, playing alongside each other? Mistakes are waiting to happen, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Rossi says, see Connor Cody's block on the line. Totally backs up your thoughts to sign him, Paul. Thank you very much. I'm going to write to Newcastle United and insist that Connor Cody is the first one on the list. Right, so let's have a vote. Botman, Peter, yes or no?
No.
No. Baz?
No, the dildo's back again.
It is. I think somebody's got a microphone on us. You know what it sounds like? It's when you put half a ruler over the table and you flick the ruler. It sounds like that. Stephen, Botman, yes or no?
No.
Billy, sorry.
No.
Billy.
One for the future, isn't he? And it's not the kind of signing we'll be looking for in January, so no for me.
I'm not if you can't bloody tackle. John, yes or no?
Give it another about a year or 2, and I'll say yes in a minute. Not just yet.
And it's a no from me. So Botman won't be signing for Newcastle in January, despite the rumours linked with him. 100% of the Newcastle United fans disagree and say no. Joelinton is now the Geordie Patrick Vieira.
I wouldn't go that far. He's getting better, but Jesus.
I'll tell you what. Patch, who said that? Come on, man.
Listen, John, didn't you argue with anybody? Because, the players, you bloody Benteke and what's his face, who hasn't scored in a million years.
Oh, Brewster.
No! Ryan Brewster. You're the one to talk, mate. Jesus Christ alive. Bede says, big rumour coming out today. Botman from Lille, left-sided centre-half, 21. I hope it's true. Be amazing. Bede, if you've just seen the stats, he can't tackle, which is a big problem given that half our back 4 can't tackle at the minute. Billy says, John, please tell Joelinton to keep up the good form. Joelinton is better than Messi. That's a statement and a half, Billy. Nigel says needs to swap Joe and Willock around. Give Willock the freedom, and Joe will suit midfield. There's an idea. Get Willock further up the pitch. Just swap them over with Joelinton. That is definitely an option. Geordie Ian says Christmas has come early with the Sports Direct signs down. Ryan says David is the best in a two-striker system, plays with Davies for our national team, and does really well with Yilmaz at Lille. Wilson and David would be a deadly duo.
Change of formation then, though, isn't it? And then
it is,
about who would play in the 4 in midfield would be interesting.
Yeah. Michael says, didn't Botman come through the Ajax Academy?
Probably did.
Yeah,
it was like young Ajax or something. It was Ajax young, whatever you call it. He come through that, yeah.
I think every Dutch player in the history of the Dutch league has come through the Ajax system
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Matthew says League to the Premier is a big step up. We've seen that, and it does take players a while to get going. Robert says Trippier, Botman, Ward-Prowse, Jonathan David would be brilliant, and possibly Cody. What planet do you want here, man? We need a centre back, and he's a ready-made centre back. Possibly Cody.
And he can
have a word
tackle.
with yourself. You've had a Sinclair there, mate. You've had a Sinclair. Chesway says, I've only really seen the best of Lingard at West Ham, and it was for a short period. Isn't he a bit of a risk for such a short, decent spell at his age? I'm happy to be wrong. Is he on your list, Steve?
Yeah, he is, yeah. He's on my list.
By the way,
We may as well move on to Lingard. Then what's the stats?
First of all, then, source NUFC representatives are talking to Adrian Ribbit and Jesse Lingard's agents this week.
Ribbit?
Yeah.
Rabiot, man.
Ribbit.
Jesus Christ,
Ribbit.
Barry, man.
Hey, I'm dyslexic. I can't read that, man. Looks like
Don't
rabbit
blame
to me.
dyslexia for it. You can't pronounce any bugger's name.
I will. Sorry, pub.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, very strange about Lingard, because obviously we've seen on his Instagram that he's tweeted out that his representatives have been at Newcastle a couple of times anyway. So I think talks are already going on in the background. But Stephen hit us with his stats.
Made 57 appearances, 29 goals, 0.18 goals per minute, 22 goals with his right foot, 5 with his left. He scored 2 penalties, 224 shots, 95 shots on target, 42% shooting accuracy, 14 assists, 75% accurate through balls, 144 tackles, 67% tackle success, and 56 interceptions.
It's not bad, is it?
No.
I'd take him all day long, but I think West Ham will get him. And you can't just say it wasn't his little spell at West Ham, because when he came back to Man United at the start of this season, every time he came on, he almost scored, didn't he?
He scored. Yeah, he is a good player. But why do you think he'd go to West Ham?
Just because of the David Moyes link. West Ham are challenging in Europe. They're also in the top 4 spot at the moment as well. So if he's got any ambition for now, right now, West Ham's the place to be. We're still struggling relegation. So if he's got ambition, you go to West Ham now.
But would West Ham want a Lingard in the side now they're in the top 4?
Yes.
Really?
I'm not sure he gets in that side now.
I'm not either.
He will, because of injuries as well.
probably
Don't
would
forget
agree with that.
he will get back in that side.
I know
Because
they've
David
got
Moyes
to
will put him
make
in
their
that side.
squad bigger. They have to
exactly.
improve their squad in January. They're simply, it's not big enough at the minute. But again, what can we offer Lingard that West Ham can't? You know, I mean, at the end of the day, more money.
More money, that's it.
And what kind of future can we offer Lingard? You know, maybe a future captain. Everything like that can be thrown at Lingard. You just don't know. But I mean, I'm still looking at him as a youngster. He's not a youngster anymore. You know, but I think...
Yeah, he is. 28-year-old.
28. I think if we can maybe just throw, you know, what the ambition is at the club. And I think if we say to him, look, if we go down, you know, you go out on loan for a season to the Premier League, you know, you'll still be continuing to play Premier League football. I think, you know, that's what I think a lot of the negotiations with quite a few players would be, to be honest, that if we went down, loan deals would happen. Because I'm sure that the players, if Newcastle when we come back to the Premier League, I think that obviously that's when we really buy big to start the season. And that's when a lot of the players who would possibly be out on loan would come back and be part of the process. So it would be interesting.
Do you not think Lingard is a short-term solution, though? I don't see him as a long-term solution. If he's not good enough for Man United, why would he be good enough for Newcastle when we're flying high?
Well, we're not flying high at the minute, Baz.
No, but when? This is what I mean. That's why it's short-term.
We could have Lingard 2 years, 2.5 years, or whatever it would be. You know, so I mean, there's options there. But you're right. I mean, this is the headache that Eddie Howe's going to have. You know, especially in January, given this. You know, let's face it, we're not going to be, you know, massively pulled away from relegation. Even if we have a decent December, we're not going to be out of trouble. So, you know,
I mean, Lingard's been criminally mismanaged at Man United, doesn't he? Been criminally mismanaged. Yeah. He's been good enough for the England side. Been really bright every time he's played for England. He had a fair World Cup, last World Cup, and yet he can't get the Man United side that have been struggling midfield all season. Yeah, he's been criminally mismanaged by Solskjaer and managers before him. To be honest, I think a Newcastle move would be a good one for him as well. He's got a little girl in Manchester, and obviously Newcastle's close to Manchester and London, so I think the star of the line on this one. I really do.
Yeah,
I just think he'll go to West Ham. I really do.
Well, only time will tell. Billy says, I'd love to see Sarr in the team.
Yes,
good player. Julie says, Billy, have you plotted Paul's route to Leicester to avoid the tolls?
Well, you don't
there's
need
no tolls on the way to Leicester, is it, Billy?
No.
Nah, you're all right. You're safe there.
Shit. Just had a bit of a panic attack there. I thought, Jesus Christ, not again.
So
I would end up putting my fist through the damn card machine this time. £6.10. Did everyone hear Joelinton's new football chant?
Oh, yeah,
yes.
I did.
Yeah.
She's electric.
You know what it is? You can't help but start to love the guy. You know what I mean? He's just, he seems like such a good lad. And, you know, I mean, Eddie Howe's even said it. He's a genuine lad off the pitch. He's a good, you know, he wants to learn. He's hardworking. And I think that can only benefit us in the end. Matthew says backup for Wilson a priority in January or a centre back. Well, we're going for both. We have to. We simply have to. Yeah. Paul says surely being Canadian and able to kick a ball is all that's needed to get in the national side. Ryan, feel free to answer that, mate.
Unless you're the women's team, they're actually quite good, aren't they?
Yeah. Some of them aren't, though. Some of the women's teams, international teams, are quite terrible. Ab says France tend to play Joelinton types in midfield 3, but not sure he is mobile enough. Well, I think he's mobile enough.
He covered all the ground in the world, didn't he, in the last couple of games?
I think he's got some pace about him. Listen, that's one thing I've noticed is he's actually got some pace, which is why I think running around the engine he's got in midfield would be brilliant for us. Dembele would be a marquee signing, but injury record is horrendous. Yeah. Thomas says apparently the Sports Direct signs cost £6.10. Troll says, remember, Paul, don't go down the M6, £6.10, remember? Jesus, wet man.
You don't go down the M6 to get to Leicester anyway.
No, just the M1.
No. The M1. Nigel says, I think Lewis, Cody, Tomori, and Phillips from Liverpool would be awesome. Julie, only joshing. No, you're not. You're not. You're really not. Cesare says to Jules, sorry, mate, I didn't see you greeting them. Well, thanks. So you have your own conversation. Genie became a lot more consistent when they moved him in centre midfield.
It's true. Didn't score many away goals, but he scored at Wembley. So
fair enough. Right, Stephen, I know you've got to shoot at 9, mate. So who's next on your list? Oh, actually, hang on. We'll have a vote on Lingard first. Peter?
Yes.
Baz?
Yeah.
Steve? Don't die on us. I think that was a yes.
Yeah.
100% yes.
And John?
Yes, 100%.
So there you go. Jesse Lingard will be coming to Newcastle. Who's next on the list, Steve?
Darwin Nunez.
Darwin Nunez. Hit us with the stats.
He plays for Benfica.
I'll go through. He played for Penarol for 15 appearances, 4 goals, 2 yellows, no reds. And then he went to Almeria in Spain, 32 appearances, 16 goals, 3 assists, 2 yellows, 1 red. And Benfica, he's made 53 appearances, 22 goals, 11 assists, 4 yellows, no reds.
Interesting. What position is he again?
Anything about him?
I think he's a striker.
I've never
forward. Yes, he's a striker. Yeah, he's a striker.
Obviously, it's time to go to our European correspondent, John Sinclair.
Yes,
what do you know about him, John?
I've not watched him play, but
that's a good start.
He's very, very. What I can say, he's very highly thought of by Benfica, and he's been watched by Atletico Madrid as well. The last I've heard of it, but he's rated. His buyout clause is about 120 odd million pound.
What?
His buyout clause apparently is worth 120 million.
Jesus. He must have been out and out striker by the sounds of his stats. He must be a playmaker.
John, I'm not so sure on the money side of it. You should actually comment because you just said Gini was on 350 grand a week. He's actually on 165 at PSG. So I don't think you should comment on anything financial given your past with Joelinton as well.
Maybe it was euros.
I tell you what, I don't be Andy Bradshaw on Talk Sport, but listen, on to Nunez. I think will I take him? Well, I don't know a lot about him. I'm afraid, mate. I need to study more of this guy. So,
for 120 million, we should all know about him.
Well, exactly. which gets me thinking.
I think he's quite quick. I think he's got bags of pace. I think he's quite quick.
Rapid.
6'2" as well.
That's still quite small.
Thanks.
For you, it is.
Well, yeah. I mean,
say giant.
6'5" and a quarter. You know, let's not forget the quarter. Right, we'll be quick with this one because I don't know much about him. Nunez, Peter.
I've never really heard much about him, but from what I've been hearing, it doesn't sound too bad. His record, does it?
No, it doesn't. But you know, given that,
Portuguese
I mean,
league, though, isn't it?
if he was a big star, then surely we would know more about him.
Knee ligament injury last year as well.
Oh, stay away! No, we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. It's already a no from me.
You win the Champions League next season. You watch.
I know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, no for me.
Baz, yes or no?
I don't know enough about him, so it's a no.
Fair enough. John?
I'm gonna say no because it's gonna go to Atletico Madrid.
So, John, would you have him?
Would I have him?
That's the whole point of the question, John. Would you have him?
Would I have him? I tell you what. I mean, I'm gonna shock you guys. I say yes because this guy's got potential.
Right, John. Next time, just a yes or no would be nice. Billy?
No for me.
Steve?
I don't know enough about him, but I'll probably say yes. Just for his pace. If you've got bags of pace, I'll probably say yes.
Baz?
Have you already come to me?
All right.
There's too many people on the stream, Paul.
Sven Botman linked today, played 37 matches, helping Lille win League 1 last season. Been injured a little bit so far this season. Ball playing 21 centre back. Yeah, but he can't tackle, so you know that's a major problem. Stephen, who I know you've got to go. Who's left on your list? Is somebody there with a pen?
Well, that was it. He said that was his list.
You said you had 9 players on your list.
Renato Sanches, last one. Renato Sanches.
Well, that's not 9.
I think it was 9.
9.
9?
German.
9.
Oh, 8 then. Sorry, was it miscounted? 8 then.
Right. Well, we'll let you.
Can't count.
Yeah, we'll let you go, Steve. Take care, buddy.
Right on. See you later.
Good night, mate.
Good luck tomorrow.
So that was Steve there. So we may as well talk about Renato Sanches. Anybody know much about him?
No.
Played for Swansea, didn't he? He was awful for.
Awful.
That was 3 or 4 years ago. Since then, he's obviously come back on to form again. Looked a good player for Portugal in the Euros.
Yeah.
Good. He was like a gritty midfielder. Yeah, he's a good player.
Fair enough. Shearer 69, thank you very much for the £5 super chat, matey. Really, really kind of you. We'll go through some comments and see if any more players we can see here.
I've got some stuff.
I know you have, Baz. Don't worry.
It's
We've got an hour of the show left, mate. Don't panic. Paul says, I'd rather have some young, hungry players rather than older ones coming for a paycheck. Yeah, that's what we've got to definitely be careful of. Cesare says, I'd take Gini. It isn't such a hard decision considering he can play anywhere in the midfield as well as a 10 if we need it. Would he come, though? I doubt it. He's probably looking for instant success.
I don't think he will be. I think he's gone to Paris Saint-Germain for instant success and it's not worked out. I think he'd come back to St James's Park. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially when he did. Remember when he signed it? He went out to the stadium and they videoed him looking around. He was like, Jesus, he loved it.
True. Tangy says, Vlahovic from Fiorentina, I would have him. Scored a penalty last match. We need a goal scorer who can take penalties. Wasn't convinced by Wilson's penalty against Norwich.
He takes penalties, Wilson, man. He bangs them away left, right and centre.
Of course he does.
Ball went in the net, didn't it? Doesn't matter how it got there, it went in the net.
Exactly. Beats says, Renato Sanches and Botman double swoop from Lille. I'm not so sure on Botman anymore.
No, same, yeah.
Might have to watch him, to be fair, to see what he...
Yeah, true. Genie is on £6.10 at PSG, apparently.
Oh, Jesus.
Feels like I'm on an episode of X Factor. That's what it is, Billy. That's what the rumour mill is. You know, we have to choose these players. We are working on behalf of Newcastle United here, telling them which players are coming in and which aren't. It's a factual show, this. It's factual. What about Kamara from Marseille?
John, speak.
Do your job.
I've not watched him play, but it's been getting done rave reviews from Marseille. But me personally, I mean, a lot of people want this player sort of thing. So listen, I mean, apparently he's good, fantastic CDM that can tackle well and can spread the ball about. But again, I don't know a lot about this guy really.
Interesting. I don't know much about him either, to be honest. I don't see much of the French league at the minute. Ryan says, Paul, Jonathan David has Haitian descent, French country.
2-0.
And went, thank you, to Arsenal, Everton.
It's 1-0 Arsenal.
1-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, 2-0
Under 23s are winning.
The Mackhams.
Okay, fair enough.
And
went to a French high school like 10 minutes away from my home. So, yeah, the accent. Oh, God, he's not French-Canadian. Surely not. Louis says channel membership should be £6.10. Funny, Louis, but it's not going to be £6.10.
Odegaard scored again for Arsenal, if you're bothered.
Did he?
Yeah.
I think Rafa's going to get sacked shortly.
I
don't think that. I think his position is going to be untenable.
Well,
shortly.
there, was it there? Who do you call him's just left the club the day for Everton as well?
Lance.
Yeah, the man at the back.
Yeah.
What is right? Before we go on, I mean, we're 5 points behind Everton. If Ross stays this way, we'd be 5 points behind Everton, and they got some tough games coming up as well, man. They got to play Chelsea as well.
It's going to be tight. Ginger looks like he's on his, positivity streak again tonight. So as far as you're all concerned, we will never be a top side because we can never sign the players to get there. Wijnaldum is a Champions League winner, Premier League winner, a guy Klopp wanted to stay. Yes, Ginger. I know. However, he is getting on. You know, he's not that young player anymore. And
I still take him.
I wouldn't turn him down. I wouldn't say if we went in for him, I wouldn't be disappointed if he came to Newcastle. Absolutely not. And I don't think anybody would be disappointed. But I'm saying, with what's available now at the club, money-wise, I think there's better players out there that can play that position. Jules says, I guess Baza will be here in just about an hour, just about over. No, he's here.
God, that's how far behind you are in the comments. That's like 32 minutes.
Yeah, these comments are at 8:21 p.m. by the way, guys. So, Jordy says, "Listen, we got 250 watching, guys. There is a lot of comments coming in. Piff aren't here to play games; they're here to win. So I can't see how a new owners going Eddie Howe play the kids and focus on the league. You never know; could go all the way to the final and win our first bit of silverware in years." The cup games allow us to keep players like Longstaff, Gayle and Hendrick match fit just in case we have an injury crisis, like we did when we had 5 centre-backs injured at the same time under Bruce. Julie says the FA Cup is an institution and deserves respect. How amazing to get to the final and dare to dream.
Do you know what the worst bit is as well? When you get knocked out in the third round, them Saturdays, when it's the next round, you're sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah.
People say, you're playing this week. Oh, we ain't got a game. We got knocked out. It's embarrassing.
Cambridge United are a great team at the moment. Not going to be easy. The 16th in League One. I don't know what's great about that. Cesare says, I understand why Jules isn't keen on a cup run, though. I think he's concerned it may come at the risk of injuries and not staying in the league, but we need the wins for confidence. Look, this injury thing about not playing in case you get injured, you could roll out of bed and break the wrist or something. Anything can happen with regards to being injured. I just don't agree with that. Paul says finish 17th and win the FA Cup. I'd take that. Hell yes. without a doubt.
Kendo says win the FA Cup. I'm telling you.
Atsu's not getting many games at Al Raid in the Saudi league, so he could be a snap. No,
you don't want Atsu back.
Come
really?
on, he's joking. He's not. I'm not taking that serious at all.
Reckon we could ask the owners if we can use the Sports Direct signs for the next bonfire night. I think Joe. Yeah, exactly. I think Joe would do us proud playing as a defensive centre midfielder.
We've said that as well. You just said that. Move Willick up.
He'll be in goal in 3 years.
Playing Joelinton and Shelby next to each other. That's technically what you'd be doing.
Ginger says, so Nixon is in charge of finding us players this January, so fuck that prick can't find a decent player if he was in front of him. Oof.
We don't know that. We know that he was given, like we were signing his 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th choices. We don't know what the first, second, and third were, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Cesare says he's never been called a twat before. Cesare, you're a twat. There you go.
I tweeted the owners today praying. Everyone was saying that with all this fake news about the signs coming down. So I tweeted them and said, do you mind getting on the pitch and taking a photograph of all of these with all the signs?
I've seen that, yeah.
Didn't get a reply, bastards.
Has Barry done a Piers Morgan? A Piers Morgan?
Yeah, when he stormed off set, yeah.
Yeah, I'm incredibly unsure about this as an idea, but we do think Joelinton could sit next to Shelby in kind of a Loftus-Cheek role. I can't get the idea out of my mind, but it could be a disaster.
It could work. That's what you said. You said 10 minutes ago, move Joelinton back and move Willick further up, and that's exactly what you'd be doing in the 4-2-3-1.
Why are you shouting at me, Barry? I agree with you.
No, you weren't agreeing. You were saying, I don't know.
Shut up. Thomas says Baz's food costs £6.10.
It costs a lot more than that.
I bet it did. Geordie says we've seen clubs like Wigan, Stoke, Hull, Aston Villa and the likes take the cup run seriously over the last 10 years or so. So what's stopping us from having a decent cup run?
Probably Chelsea away, Man City away, or Liverpool away next round.
Plus, we've chucked the towels in the last two quarterfinals in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. And
shoot me now.
Chipper says looks like John seen Bianca when his face lit up when you talked about Vlahovic.
Yeah.
Yes, Cesare, I wasn't calling you a twat. At least I think I didn't. I don't mind if Vlahovic dislodges Wilson, but we could use some proper competition up front. We can't rely on Wilson to stay fit. And if he does look like the better all-round player for Fiorentina.
He's not going to pull up to Newcastle just to be second fiddle to Callum Wilson. He wants to be a number one man.
What, John, you know what it is? I'm going to pick a bone with you here, right? Whenever you get players mentioned to you, right, your first response is, they won't come to Newcastle. They won't come to Newcastle. Why won't they come to Newcastle, John? You keep forgetting we're the richest club in the world now. We can do a lot more in the transfer market than we ever have been able to.
Come on, he didn't say that. He said he wouldn't come to Newcastle to play second fiddle. He says,
no, I'm not talking about him. Not the players. If you watch his streams, Baz, right? Every player mentioned wouldn't come to Newcastle. He wouldn't come to Newcastle.
Come on, John, wake up before we come down there and slap you.
Positivity from the Bristol man.
Hey, you want me season ticket?
Hey, I'll tell you what. You step away, put your mum in the seat, and she'll do a better job the way you're talking tonight.
Listen, can I just say, John, I have your
Paul has your season ticket.
I have it in my possession. Where it is at the minute, I'm not quite sure where I put it after the match. That again. But it is somewhere about me or my car. I shouldn't really say that. Just if anyone's wanting a season ticket, just raid my car. Everton protest. A lot of fans are walking out, so are they actually doing it?
Well, I can't see. They are at the moment because I've got it on, but I can't see anyone.
It's half time, isn't it?
No, it kicks off, mate.
I kicked off again. Sorry, I'm concentrating on the show, not watching the football, you see, so I don't know.
Yeah. Playing golf is very lucky still on the pitch, by the way.
Well, I might have known you'd be watching the match, John. You never concentrate on the streams you're on. Even your own.
I seen the picture of it. That did look quite naughty, I must say.
But he gets Warren Barton on his phone, on his show, and still doesn't turn his fecking phone off.
Did it ring again?
Warren Barton's talking away to him, and he's like this on his phone.
Oh, John.
Disgrace.
That's what comes out your mouth sometimes, John.
Hey, put your foot away.
Everton fans already walking out, had enough of the Rafa dribble. I know that Shanio's not a big fan of Rafa. Look, I think Rafa's been found out now. I genuinely think that.
No money.
Oh, look, come on. Get your Rafa hands off here. He's not good enough anymore. Simple as that. We have Eddie Howe, who is an up-and-coming young manager who's going to take us places. Rafa's had his time, and his time is up.
Director of football, though.
Eddie's the future. Eddie's the future, man. Eddie's the future.
He is. He's your guy, John, isn't he? He's your guy.
My guy. My manager.
My guy.
Talking about my guy.
My guy.
Wendy says, hi, guys. Absolutely awesome atmosphere on Saturday. I'm still buzzing. It will be even better next game with those damning signs gone. How are the lads and lasses? Yes, exactly.
Photographs are going to be so much better in the stadium now, aren't they? You don't have to adjust it so the signs aren't in and all that sort of stuff. You just snap what you want now. It's great.
Yeah. Anyway, Baz, what news you got?
So, next bit of news, Paul Dummett targeting the Southampton game return. So, there's a bit of fitness news for you from our latest injury. We are looking at Dean Henderson and Sam Johnson.
Sam Johnston?
Yeah, I've seen him linked last week, yeah.
They're the two that have been linked. I mean, would you take any of them? I mean, Dean Henderson would have to be a backup, or would you come straight in?
Do you know what it is, right? Listen, guys, I mean, Dubravka, the last couple of games, he's been prone to a rick, right? And he needs to improve his concentration on catching the ball, because it happened against, obviously we know what happened against Brentford when he palmed it away. That was not a good decision.
That was Darlow, wasn't it?
Sorry, Norwich when he flapped it away. And then on Saturday, he came out for a ball when Lascelles was right underneath it, and instead of catching the ball, he punched it literally straight to a Burnley player.
Punch. It was a bad punch, though, wasn't it? I mean,
he should be catching the ball. That's my point. He's got to do better.
See, the one when he was stretching against Norwich, I don't know if he could have caught that ball. It was wet, it was slippy, it was full stretch.
I've analysed that situation.
If you come down and he goes down, the ball's possibly going to bounce out of his hands, isn't it?
I've slowed it right down. He should have caught it.
Yeah, it looks easy in slow motion, but not in real time, though, doesn't it?
Listen, talking to somebody who used to play and goal between the ages of 7 and 11, Barry, he should have had that.
7 and 11. I love it. Brilliant.
In my experience. Listen, on Dean Henderson, though, I don't think he would actually come if he was going to be number 2. What do you think, Bill?
No, I don't think Henderson would. I think Johnston would, though.
You think he'd come as number 2?
Yeah, I think Johnston comes as number 2, yeah. I think he'd be confident of taking the number 1 shirt over.
Who's better with their feet, though? Who's better with their feet? Because that's the problem we have if we want to play out from the back all the time. Is Dubravka's not good enough with his feet? That's what lets him down. And Darlow's not good enough with his feet. They're both good goalkeepers. Darlow's slightly better, but when it comes to passing the ball out, they're both shocking. So,
Darlow's slightly better goalkeeper.
No, it's Dubravka's a better goalkeeper.
All right.
But they're both shocking. No, I said Darwin.
Yeah, I agree.
Good goalkeeper and Dubravka's a better goalkeeper. But with their feet, they're both terrible. So we need a goalkeeper to come in who's comfortable playing out from the back. So which one of those two could do that job? And then they get the number 1 shirt straight away if they play out from the back.
With Dubravka, though, I mean, I don't know whether this is a tactic or it's just not, but we take forever for a goal kick. I mean, it is so annoying. The throw-ins as well. I mean, it's like we're standing still for the throw-ins. Nobody's moving. Nobody's trying to create any space for a throw-in. And it's crazy.
The one thing that I was shouting and screaming at the TV for in that game was when Darlow played that short pass inside the box from a goal kick to try and play it from the back, and we got pinned in straight away. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you playing out short from there? Read the situation. Kick it long if you have to. But he played a 5-yard pass, I think it was to Javi, and he's literally pressured straight away, and we could have cost ourselves a goal. But then he ended up playing it out and then hoofing it himself. So it was just read the situation, and they're not very good at that.
That's just haven't got players to play out from the back. We just haven't.
Yeah,
got
but
players.
you don't pass to a player on a goal kick that close with three strikers on the edge of the box waiting for you to do it. It's stupid.
I agree with you, Baz. I agree with you 110%. Just not good enough, and our defence is slow to react to the situation. So don't do it. If you're going to do it well. Otherwise, don't bother. Everton's just equalised, by the way.
Ooh,
Jesus,
Rafa's back.
I
always like that.
Rafa's back. Jesus Christ. Listen, I've seen a few comments like this. Tarkowski didn't impress on Saturday. He is not, I'll tell you now, right? He is not a patch on Connor Cody. Not a patch. And I've said this all along when we've compared the two.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
Exactly, Billy. Billy's with me. A 1-9 formation. That is what we're going for in January. Tangy says, hello, John Motson, the King of Northumberland. Nigel says, John, is your phone on silent?
Checking the Everton goal, by the way.
I know. John's checking it. John hasn't a clue what I've just said to him either.
No, because it was frozen, Paul. It was frozen, I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Liar.
John, the question's on the screen.
The phone's by silence. Yes, it is.
There you go. What the checking the Everton go for, John?
Another
TV's offside. It could be his toe.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's as much off as Callum Wilson
And it
was
looks
against
like
Aston Villa.
Offside again. Offside again.
It's
offside again.
Rafa's not back.
Shocking. That's shocking.
Give me a chicken and a can of Coke.
Oh, he's not happy. Oh my God, he's really not happy, Rafa.
He wants to protect his glasses. He doesn't want to smash them glasses. I'm telling you. If Ginger says, if Newcastle won a cup run, we really need 10 players because of injuries. Kevin says, I don't think Eddie Howe will want to give an FA Cup run chucked out of the window. FA Cup runs lift everyone. Crowd dragged the team through on Saturday. Susan says, well, thank you, Michael.
For that cup game, I bet you there's at least 40,000 there easily with this new, if he targets it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going. I'm going to take all the kids. So my daughter's sitting there watching the draw with us tonight, Phoebe, and she's like, "Oh, can we go?" She's itching to get back to St James's Park because she just wants to see them win after the Burnley Cup game, which was a bloody disaster. Rossi said it's good crack at bringing back some Toon legends by Mickey Quinn's tweet anyway. Yeah, I mean, listen, I tweeted, I messaged Mickey Quinn this morning, by the way, to ask him if he'd like to come on the show. And to his absolute credit, he replied. And he said, unfortunately, he gets asked to do loads and different podcasts, so he doesn't do any. So he's not showing favoritism to anybody. So he doesn't do any podcasts, and but he wished me well on my channel, which I thought was lovely, really, because he didn't even have to reply. So hats off to Mickey Quinn for that. Carlos says Ward-Prowse would be great.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Every time.
Graven Birch from Ajax. He's been mentioned before, hasn't he?
I can't remember his name, to be honest with you.
Ab says Dublin Dave could be the Toon Review roving reporter. Yeah, little homeless Irishman walking around Newcastle. Jesus.
Feeding the Gregs for his duties.
Yeah, exactly. A few Scotties to keep him going. Paul, could Newcastle get Phillips off Leeds? He could solve one of our problems, a leader in midfield.
I think we could.
Possibly.
And the only reason why is that he's been told off his family if he moves to Man United, they'll kill him.
Yeah.
Disown him. And then he doesn't want to move too far away from Leeds. So why not Newcastle? We've got the money to offer him. We'll have the ambition eventually. So I think he would be a cracking signing.
Troll says Keys is back at it, so I'm not sure what Richard Keys has said, to be honest.
Richard Keys, I mean, just having another dig just for getting our face with the prick.
Jesus. Kevin says, great crack in the Strawberry Smoking Hut on Saturday. A gang over from Norway when having a crack with two lads from Bristol. Came up on a plane, £160, 2 nights in the Travelodge. Cost them a mint.
Jesus.
That's dedication. John, speaking of Saturday night, obviously, I got round there to the end of the club shop to, see one of my good mates there who's travelled all the way up from Bristol to have a bit crack on. And he literally throws me his season ticket and disappears to go and see a lady. So would you like to tell us all about that?
Oh, that hotel room. I would not want to be a fly on the wall on that one.
No, honestly, I'll tell you now, guys, there's a mate I haven't seen in years. And
you haven't seen us in years?
I haven't seen him in years. And like I said to you guys before, if there's any news, any dates, you guys will be the first to know.
You will never tell us. You will never tell us because you know exactly. Barry will be behind the scenes writing Jack and Ori stories again.
Well,
John, why didn't you bring this lady friend to meet all the rest of the gang as well? And go get together as a group and have a drink and have some.
Could have gone into Strawberry or something for a quick drink, John, before everybody disappeared off home.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
John, I'm disappointed.
I was in for a long time, so it's just nice to see that me mate sort of thing.
Yeah, see that one person.
Honestly, nothing's
By
going
the
on.
way, John, you know how you've got me down as your, when you come up here, you've got me down as your emergency number. I got a phone call off the Travel Lodge on Sunday night saying that they found an eyelash curler in your room. So where the hell did that come from?
That's not me. I don't know.
Well, obviously it's not you. I'd be worried if it was you.
I don't know where that came from, but I left at 9 o'clock, and I went in alone. On my own, that's it.
There was an eyelash curler left on beside the TV and a thong hanging up next to the shower.
That's not true.
So
Have you got a split personality, John? Do you cause stress on the weekend?
Listen, end of the day, if there's anything happening, you'll be the first to know. And I will post it on Twitter. And
Don't post it on Twitter, mate.
Christ almighty. Yeah, Twitter, Christ. Kevin says you'll have to read this out, Paul. Ask the lads from Bristol, why do you support Newcastle without a blink of an eye? One said, it's what dreams are made of. I had a tear in my eye. We've been dreaming a long, long time. It's been a long dream.
That's what dreams are made of.
That's right.
I can see us beating Man United.
Captain really Cook down there. Ab says if we have to, then I would play a weakened team against Man City. They are just too good.
Exactly. Target Man United, rest a few players against Man City.
Yeah.
Shut up shop and try and get a point if we can. But I would rest ASM, rest Wilson. Yeah.
John Sinclair's live stream fan club. John, you need to give Dublin Dave some dating tips.
Can I just go back a second about what Bastard says, sort of?
I just totally ignore what I've just said, John. It's fine. No worries, mate. Go ahead.
I think so. Trying to rest the players against Man City, but when it be good, excuse me, in my opinion, it's just play your best team. Just play your best team, give it a go, and if you get beat, we get beat.
We've got to be careful, though, John, because there's an awful lot of games over Christmas, isn't there? We have to remember those Manchester games are pretty close together. I think if we were going to, like Barry said before, if we're going to target one Manchester team, I want to beat United more than I want to beat City, to be honest, because I just do not like Man United. And, I have reasons for that, given that
them as well.
Yeah, but given that, I'll never forget them chucking coins down from the away end and hitting one of the Bairns along from me. I just don't like Manchester United, and I hope we absolutely stuff them. I hope Ronaldo pulls a hamstring in the first minute. After I've got some photographs of him warming up, and then he can pull a hamstring in the first minute. I hope Bruno Fernandes gets slapped in the face by Shah straight away, cries off, goes off, saying I've been hit, mammy, I'm not playing anymore. Because I really cannot stand that little grout. I can't. I don't like him at all. Anyway, moving on. Tangy says, anyone seen the Newcastle United YouTube 10 minutes of footage of the Burnley game? I thought it was quite good. I haven't actually, no.
No, I haven't. I have to watch that now.
Yano says, don't matter Leicester are dodgy at set pieces. We need a ref that'll give us a free kick first. A good point. Ab says, is that date related to the I don't know what you're talking about there. If it's about Dave, then Level 7 Dave was disgraceful last night. Yeah, I've heard.
I wonder why people don't want him on his streams at times. I mean, Jesus.
Listen, you know what it is?
He's a good laugh, but Jesus
Christ. He is, but you don't do that. You don't do that on somebody's stream. And then, he had the television blasting, which would have got Jason copyright problems as well. Watching Strictly Come Dancing. I mean, Jesus Christ.
They're probably happy with the advertisement, to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
He did it and then went for a Tom tit for 5 minutes, disappeared.
I know. It's just unbelievable. Dublin Magpie says he doesn't need dating tips. Thank you very much. Michael says, do you think Lascelles deserve to be in the match of the day team of the week?
No.
He was all right, but he wasn't that great.
Well,
I don't think Garth watched the match.
Right. I mean, I'm not being funny, but again, right, the back four, when Vidra was put through, was non-existent. There were a massive U again. There was no back line. It was terrible. That could have cost us that game. That one chance, because it was a great chance. And if he hadn't, luckily it was Vidra and he just ballooned it over the bar. But a top-class team like Man City and that, they're just going to walk the ball in the net from there, aren't they? So, but the need, the line, the need to work as a team, and that I just don't see that all the time. The concentration levels aren't there with the back four we've got.
Yeah,
concentration problem.
Yeah. Cheswick says Cody was absolutely class against Liverpool this weekend. Helped prevent at least 2 goals and ended Salah's streak. What a player! You heard it here first. Jan in Holland, good evening to you. Hi, Paul. Even in Holland, I opened a few cans to celebrate that the signs are down. Fab news. P.S. No idea how, but never received any further email. What on earth is going on? That's Barry, by the way. Whatever's going on in Barry's house, everything's fallen down.
Oh, it's a kettle.
No, it's always the bloody kettle, isn't it?
No, yeah, kettle's on. Mrs. is doing a hot water bottle for her back.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, if you want to have a go at a pregnant woman, mate, you go for it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If she wants a cup of tea, in a hot water bottle, go for it.
Face of thunder when I said that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. No way am I messing with a pregnant lady. I mean, Jesus Christ, if you want to make a hot water bottle and have as loud as you want,
you can be as loud as you want to do what you want.
Mrs. Bass can go ahead and do what she wants. Yeah. Troll says go back 2 months, and we was depressed and worried that we've all changed. Yeah, it was horrible 2 months ago. Abs says if he was alongside Cody, then maybe. Yes, Abs. Lille won the league with him in defence. Yeah, but it's a French league. If you can't tackle in the French league, then what chance have we got?
They just try and play finesse football from the back.
Daniil says heading towards 7K. Whoop whoop. Thanks, matey. Morgan says Botman is a ball playing centre back. He reads the game really well and is 6'3", so he doesn't really need to tackle. That's what you were saying. Yeah. Billy, are you still with us?
I think he's just gone to the toilet or something.
He must have gone
having a go at level 17.
Yeah, he's been caught out. He's away for a Tom tit. Michael says won the league with Lille and plays for the Netherlands, so must have something about it. Dublin Magpie says didn't miss this one. I booked in the panic of yesterday. Was the 6th of January day. Dave. I don't know what you're talking about, Dublin. Last cup win, 1969. It'd be great to win the FA Cup. We need to strip Lille for spare parts. They're desperate for money and they have a lot of quality. That is probably going to benefit us, Peter, if Lille are desperate for money to bring in these kind of players.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely totally agree with that completely.
I mean, how many of those players we've mentioned tonight from Lille? 4 of them up. Sanchez, Botman, David, another one as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, why don't we just go in and say, right, 100 million for the lot? You know, we'll do a 4 for 100 million. I'm sure that would go down well.
25 million a piece is not a bad bargain in price, is it?
Exactly, and especially if Lille is struggling financially, they won't exactly say no, will they?
And let's face it, we're not buying any Premier League players, remember, because no one's selling them to us. So,
good point. Is that John? I mean, we may as well ask: is there any Italian players that you could see coming in January?
I think they might be up at their clubs in a minute, but I can check a few things out, sort of thing. But is there any sort of rumours going around Serie A about players that would possibly want to come to the Premier League? Not at the minute, no. But what I'll do on Wednesday, I can certainly find out for you. No problems at all.
No, you're meant to find out for the show, John. That's what the show's about. Every 2 weeks, we have 2 weeks to get our shit together to make sure we've got enough rumours and enough gossip to do the show.
It's my first time on the show, so...
I know, but you've been in the group for
Baz, it's his first time. Lay off him.
He's been in the group for 6 weeks.
I've heard tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, Maury, I've heard that rumour as well, Billy. I mean, would he improve the team? Do you think, Tomori?
Tomori, he would definitely improve the team. Newcastle, 100%. I mean, he is a quality defender. He has learned a lot. He's learned a lot. He just fits in so easy in the Milan team. He's been playing there for years. Crazy he's not, but I tell you what, he is so highly rated with Milan. And if he is going to leave Milan, Chelsea's got first off buyback refusal. Apparently, I could be wrong on that, but
would they want him back? Would Chelsea want him back?
I mean, do they have a buyback clause? You know, you never know. I mean, a lot of teams put them in now, don't they? First refusal and stuff. This is interesting. Tackles and interceptions over the last 3 seasons. Dummett 2.6, Shah 2.8, Lascelles 1.4, Fernandez 1.7, Clark 2.1. Botman's tackling stats are fine. See, centre-backs' tackle stats aren't always high.
Very safe if you read the game well, you don't need to tackle, do you? I suppose.
Yeah. Morgul says 100% yes to Botman. Another one, yes, Botman. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of...
Looks like we're being overruled, doesn't it? It's a golden buzzer.
Yeah, the golden buzzer's come in, yeah. Kevin says, be honest, never heard of him. Stats say all. Who or where does it come from? All the rumours. We've been linked with everyone. What will be, will be. Can't see Cody coming. Hope I'm wrong. Kevin, piss off. Cody's coming. Telling you now. Lewis definitely has shown great form. I mean, listen, on Jamal Lewis, I mean, he made a couple of mistakes on Saturday, but I thought he was quite strong all round. I think that the more he plays, I think the more his confidence levels are going to go up. I mean, Billy, what did you think of Jamal Lewis's performance?
Yeah, he was excellent. He was defensively solid. Stephen Warnock actually singled him out on the football show today and highlighted the good things he did. And I think it's great. I think it's fantastic that we're finally getting the left back in at the left back position.
He played past a few players like they weren't there as well at times. I thought he was excellent.
Yeah, I think, listen, the more he plays, the more he gets coached, and I think the better he gets. It's as simple as that. I mean, you know, like I say, he played well for Norwich, and, you know, he's still a young kid, and I still think there's a lot of improvement to be made there, and I think he can make that step up from what I've seen. Carl, I've seen this quote from Dean Saunders, and I'm absolutely flabbergasted. Dean Saunders said that he can see Joelinton as a Pele-style player. Peter, is Joelinton, you know, I mean, does he remind you of Pele in any particular way?
No, absolutely no chance at the moment.
Unless he takes Viagra.
Ginger says, are you serious? Go watch Botman on YouTube. He wins every challenge. Where do you get your stats? Why lie? Nobody's lying, Ginger. For God's sake, man.
Stats are online for you to look at yourself.
Yeah. I mean, there's no need for them kind of why put that in a comment? You know, Stephen's gone and done some work to try and get some stats in, and he's looked at the stats and written them down. We're not lying. Exactly. Just because he's on YouTube making a few tackles, that doesn't mean that he's a brilliant tackler of the ball. Christ almighty.
I mean, George Weir's cousin looked good on YouTube.
Exactly. Exactly.
Can you remember that?
Oh, yes. Stefan Givash looked amazing on YouTube and all.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, how we.
But just to go back quickly, Paul, just go quickly about link to Serie A. I'm going to give you a bit of advice here. For the last 4 years or 5 years, right, we'll be linked with all of our 100 Serie A players being linked with Newcastle United, yeah? And only 2 players has materialised, yeah? Barreca, he used to play Monaco, and Kraft. That's the only 2 players who's played Serie A and got to them. Wow. That's it. So just be warned. And if there's a handler called Calcio Peccato, right? That's the name of the handler. If they've been rumours to link Newcastle, don't believe them. They're not reliable.
Well, listen, John Sinclair has spoken. Everybody, you know you and Peter are quite good at standing on a church pew and just giving out a speech. I mean, you know, we had a few weeks back. You know, Peter was for Prime Minister. You could be his right hand man by the sound of things. Bloody hell! Can you imagine you two in charge of the country?
Got some more stuff. We've got at the minute.
Yeah, some more stuff.
That's very true. 2 seconds, Baz. We'll just get through a few more comments just to try and catch up a bit. Cody averaged 1.8 tackles and interceptions last season, so by everybody's logic, he's a no. Listen, stats are crap, right? Stats mean nothing. All right? Let's get that established right now.
That only means something when we don't know who the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, good point. Bayern are willing to sell Sula. Him and Botman would push us right up the league. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Cesare says, perfect ingredients for a well-balanced show. West Ham will definitely want Lingard. Kevin says, take Lingard all day, but he's back to West Ham defo. Moyes needs to strengthen his squad, injury, suspensions, etc., to try and keep them in the top 4. Agree, Bazza, in capital letters. So he strongly agrees with you, Baz. Actually, I got it wrong. Botman got 2.3 tackles and interceptions last season. Cody got 1.8. I don't care. Stats are shit.
But Cody's
good Sean banter. You what, Billy?
Cody's played in the Premier League. It's a high quality league than what the League One is.
Exactly. Got to put more tackles in.
So 1.8 tackles here is worth 5.6 tackles in France.
Standing ovation for Billy. Well said, my man. Listen, nobody is better than Connor Cody. End of story. Be better if the stats were right, though. Listen, they are right.
They are right.
Jesus Christ, man. Honestly, just the hatred sometimes. Surely we need a director of football before we make any signings in January, so we have set players to look at with the style of play we want to adapt.
No, don't need one.
If Eddie Howe's confident doing it himself, we don't need one, do we?
Exactly.
Very good. Very good. Go on, Baz.
So some stuff. Darlow will most likely leave on a permanent basis in January because he's not going to get back in our team, is he? And he's getting on at age and he will want to be playing football. Freddie Woodman is going to go out on loan, which I think is good for him. I don't want to sell him. I still think he's going to be a number 1 goalkeeper eventually.
Not for us, he's not.
I think he will. Honestly, I really do. You win a World Cup at that level, under 19s.
Not happening, Baz. I will bet you one of the finest Cuban cigars on the planet that Freddie Woodman will not be our number 1.
How much do they cost?
I have no idea, but I'm sure I can get in touch with my Cuban contacts. That sounds terrible. That sounds as if I'm some sort of coach.
Now Everton looks like they might have got an equaliser.
Rafa's back.
He's gone into the crowd.
Right, Matty Longstaff to return in the new year. Player not wanting to commit, so their manager doesn't like him. So he's leaving him out, and apparently he's actually coming back to the Northeast 3 times a week to see his friends and family.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Yeah. Slow progress being made on director of football, which we all sort of know about. Philip Coutinho could come in on loan on 150 grand per week in January till the end of the season with a potential option to buy. Trippier is our number 1 defender target, which I think that's been said quite a lot these last few weeks, hasn't it?
Barry,
Mm-hmm.
You need to slow down. We need to discuss these, you know?
That's
the
whole
point of it. As you just said to John, that's the whole point of the bloody show.
Yeah, but director of football we all know about. Coutinho, discuss.
In a minute, because we've got some comments. Carlos says, John, have you had any allergic reactions lately?
Oh, please have another one.
Oh my God.
As long as you're safe and you're all right, as long as you know it's not life-threatening, please do it again.
Cody is also 29 in February. No thanks. Never comment on this channel again.
Well, for a defender, you can go into 33, 34, can't you?
Of course you can. Look at him who plays for Juventus, that flaming 60-year-old. What's his name, John?
Paolo Maldini.
No, he's still playing now. Chiellini.
And he's just won the bloody European Championships.
Exactly. He's about 65. Carlos says Connor Cody is 6 to 10 odds to come to the Toon. Jesus Christ. Rossi says we don't get a director of football. Who will have the final say on signings?
Eddie Howe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. John Motson says Rafa for director of football.
Yes.
In my opinion, I don't think, and I'm going to upset a few people. I just don't think he's going to do it because he prefers to do day-to-day running.
I know, John, but when you get to a certain
he's going
age,
to get a job now, though. He's kind of ruined his reputation going to Everton, hasn't he? Really.
Well, he ruined his reputation going to China. Let's be honest.
I don't think he did there, to be honest.
Oh,
with
Barry,
you.
he failed in China. He failed.
It doesn't matter if he failed. Or
failed.
not. It's just he wanted to try something different. It didn't work out, but I don't think it ruined his reputation. Going to your arch rival club ruins your reputation.
It doesn't matter what you say about Rafa. Barry's always going to have Rafa tinted glasses on. It doesn't matter. So, we should exclude Barry from any Rafa conversation.
Oh, harsh.
Billy,
we need to exclude you out of all Conor Cody conversations then. Jesus.
That's just harsh, Baz. Billy, the voice of reason. Right. Rafa.
I'm with John. Totally with John. And it's not just that reason. Eddie Howe would have to be definitely 100% behind it. The last thing he wants is the spectre of an ex-manager sitting on his shoulder, waiting to step in whenever anything goes wrong. So I don't think he'd accept it, and I don't think Rafa would do it anyway.
I understand that point of view, and I totally get it. But wouldn't you like Rafa back as a director of football and someone who could help out with our defence? Just from that sole point of view.
I would have him as director of football tomorrow. There's no doubt in my mind I would have him. Peter, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I would definitely take a stab at him to see how we could do it, director of football. He'd be in his time as management. It'll be up. I would say he's got long left in terms of management, Rafa.
Yeah, I'm in the agreement. And listen, he'd have some tremendous contacts. Let's not forget that. And I think he'd be the perfect man to work alongside Eddie Howe, because I think Rafa would have the respect for Eddie Howe to let Eddie Howe get on with what he needs to do. And Eddie Howe will have the respect for Rafa to do what Rafa needs to do. And I think they would work well together.
Yeah.
If it's Eddie Howe says so, then I'm okay with it. But obviously, he would be with his say so. Otherwise, he wouldn't come, would he?
Good point. Michael says, haven't heard many names from La Liga. No, I haven't either.
Coutinho.
Well, Coutinho, yeah. I mean,
it's been going on for weeks.
Do we really see Coutinho coming in though? Really?
I mean, for 150 grand a week.
See, the fact that it takes you that long to answer says it all, doesn't it?
No, it's a marquee signing, isn't it? They want one marquee signing in January to start the whole snowball running, and if they can convince him to come on loan till the end of the season, and if we don't stay up, he just goes back to Barcelona.
I'm not sure Coutinho is going to play you want.
For 6 months.
Yeah, I'm with Billy.
In a relegation battle.
Nah, I think we've already got a similar player in Maxi to Coutinho, flair player, and you don't want too many flair players.
Much better goal ratio than St. Maximin.
Yeah, but if that's the case, are you going to drop Maxi, Baz?
I would.
But Coutinho's been injured for 3 years, virtually.
But has he?
Yes.
He's just not played.
Peter, are you in front of your computer?
Yeah.
Can you see how many games Coutinho's played in the last 3 seasons, please?
Oh.
I'd be very interested to find this out. Andy says, Paul, I will bet you £6.10 Cody and Lingard are signed in January. We'll meet you at the game to claim a winnings. Good vibes. Listen, mate, I'll happily give you £6.10 if we get them 2 in. Happily. Graven Birch and Florian Wirtz would be great young talent to bring in. I've never heard of Wirtz before. Who's he play for?
He plays at, is it Leverkusen, I think?
Right.
I think. I'm not sure, but he's definitely playing.
Attacking midfield player, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right. What about Kessie? Would be an unbelievable signing.
I think he'd be decent for Newcastle. Holding a role in a 4-2-3-1. And this guy, I'll give you an example. If you get a 95th minute penalty, right, I can guarantee you this guy will guarantee you score the penalty. He has missed it once, but guarantee you he'll get a winning penalty and he'll score from it. This guy's brilliant. I mean, I just can't see him leaving Milan anytime soon.
No.
He's out of contract in the summer, isn't he?
Not this season.
Yeah, he hasn't played a lot. Coutinho, from what I'm reading.
But is that because of injuries or because he was dropped? That's the difference.
Yeah, but the thing is, Baz, if he's been, why is he being dropped from Barcelona, who are, let's face it,
exactly,
terrible.
They sent him on loan to Munich and all over the shop, didn't they, as well?
Yeah, then he won the Champions League and knocked Barcelona out, didn't he?
Very true.
What about Trippier?
2 seconds. Truls says here, Paul, I'm 6'2". Get your head out of the clouds. Wait, that's not possible. Joke, of course. Trippier, Yeah, I would have him. Is he
He's
better
our
than
number one target,
Mankiewicz?
apparently.
Is
I
he
think
better
he's
than
way
Mankiewicz?
better than Mankiewicz.
Yeah.
I like Mankiewicz, don't get me wrong. I think he's been brilliant for us every time he's played. He's always given 110%. But we're looking to upgrade now, and Trippier is definitely an upgrade.
And he takes a free kick, doesn't he?
Yeah, great free kick as well.
Yeah, Morgul's just saying there, Trippier would be the set piece guy, which is interesting.
Mind
Robert
you,
says-
Shelby's corners were absolutely fantastic on
Yeah, they
Saturday,
were.
by the way.
Right where
They
we
were
needed them to be.
absolutely brilliant.
Which has been a big criticism in the past. Our corners have been terrible when Richie's taken them, hitting the first man and things like that.
He's been all right this season as well, though, hasn't he, Richie? Because he's up there with he's second in the list on chances created before he got dropped.
Stats are bollocks. He can't hit the first man. Robert says apparently rumours that a new training ground will be built at Kingston Park near the airport.
Yeah, I heard that.
You heard about that as well.
Yeah.
Guys, do we know if we can actually have a big sponsorship deal with the ban everything Newcastle rule?
Oh, we'll find a way.
Yeah, of course I will. Of course I will. Anyway, Trippier, Peter, what do you think?
Yes, definitely. Absolutely. As you mentioned, he could take set pieces as well. So, and we could right back as well. Could certainly bomb down the flank as well. So, why not?
Beat says Vinicius Jr. from Real Madrid.
You struggle to get him. Good player, Bond.
Well, he's a very, very good player. John, any thoughts on Vinicius Jr.?
Watched a bit of him and a little bit, but he's an excellent player. Great left foot, quick, and I'll take him all day long, but I just can't see him in Real Madrid.
I think he's a big star there, isn't he? So it'd be very, very difficult. What about Marquinhos from PSG?
I think he'd be decent for Newcastle. I mean, he's a fantastic defender, better defender than they've got. But I'd say he's quick, he uses the game, and bring back from the back. He used to play for Roma, by the way, before he moved on to PSG. But for his career there, he's just an excellent player. He really is. But I'll take him.
Yeah. Julie makes a good point there. Wasn't it great to see the fan who was taken ill at the Spurs game?
Yes.
Welcomed back by the club and Alan Shearer. Yeah, that was fantastic. That's great.
Absolutely.
And you guaranteed that would not have happened under Mike Ashley. You know, there wouldn't have been anything like that.
He probably would have sent a bill for the bloody work that was done.
The medical bill. Defibrillator costs and things like that. Damsgaard had a fantastic Euros.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Sampdoria as well. I mean, he's excellent Euros, excellent player, and I just can't see being on Sampdoria next season.
Good point. Bob says, why has the tone changed since Baz has turned up? Well, it's not a surprise. We've had a few little naughties tonight, but it's been a good show. I'm pleased it's happened to Rafa. Was glad he went. He's boring.
No.
Would you have Rafa as director of football? Yes. Yeah, some of us would, some of us wouldn't, by the sounds of it. Kevin says, sounds like a Zeko, John. Mihailovic, if that's how it's spelled.
Yeah,
that's him.
Similar. He's a good player.
There's still 1-1, by the way, in the match.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Kevin says, when Billy leans forward, he looks like an old M&M with the light making his hair look bleached.
I'll settle for that. It's better than Razor Bleeding Woodhook.
That's a good point. Yeah, good point. Onana, once his banner's up, fantastic goalkeeper from Ajax. Oh, you could just see the chants coming from the Gallagher. Onana, what's his name? Onana, saves again. You know, you just know it, don't you? Paul says Henderson over Dubravka, definitely a better keeper and younger.
Yeah.
Ginger says, I thought we were after Benfica's keeper. There has been quite a few goalkeepers.
There's loads, aren't there? There was the Barca goalkeeper as well, wasn't there?
Yeah. Dubravka has been out for a while. He'd be at his best with more run of games.
He's a great goalkeeper, but he's not good with his feet. He's not going to get better at that either at his age now. I can't see him being a ball-playing goalkeeper. Rafa brought him in to make saves and get rid of the ball quickly. not to play out from the back. So
Everton.
Everton 2-1.
Rafa's alive.
Rafa's back. Rafa's the king.
Goal of the week, that is.
They'll all be shouting his name tonight. They won't be sort of staying back, sticking their fingers up at Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you what, ASTV will be absolutely ripping tonight.
Blood.
Fantastic goal.
Fam, blood. Do you know blood? Blood.
Blood. Fam.
Oh, troops.
Honestly, John, you're not a gangster.
No.
On the back of the John.
Morgul says Botman is also an international at 21-year-old. He'd be a quality addition and a centre-back to start building a young spine around.
You say that, but Lillard's currently 11th in the league with a -1 goal difference.
That's very true as well. I think they're having problems this season, aren't they? Dublin Magpie says, I'm only little to you, you giant. Cheers. Andy says he's got quite a few Cuban cigars at £400 each.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Deadline day signing will be exciting. Deadline day will be great.
I don't know about deadline day. I think we're going to do all our signings very, very quickly, aren't we? So deadline day, we might hopefully, get a bit of excitement.
There's always one little sneaky pass.
Whoever's doing you, Basso, or Paul, whoever's doing the deadline day, I might come on, I might come on for a little bit.
I think we're both going to do it, aren't we? We're going to share it.
Yeah, we're going to do something. We're going to do something special, I think, on deadline day.
I shan't do it then.
Oh, John, listen to him. John, there's no... That was a bit sulky, wasn't it? Oh, I shan't do it. I shan't do it. I shan't be involved.
I'll come on. See how you...
We can split it between 3 channels, really, to be fair. It's because it's going to be going on for a long time. So,
well, it's a whole day, Barry.
You can do all day, or you can do all day, yeah. Like
12 I'm going to try to, yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely get something going, but there's plenty of time yet, guys.
Depends on how my batteries last.
Got to get some Christmas out of the way as well.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus. Beat says Cuban cigars on the market for £6.10. If you could sign one person in the summer, assuming we stay up, who would it be?
In the summer, Haaland.
Peter, how about you?
He didn't say whether it was realistic or not. He just said, who would you sign?
Oh, so many.
It's a hard one to think about because there's so many players out there.
Haaland.
Just one is
Haaland.
Yeah,
it's got to be that. It's got to be Haaland. Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, but then you guys will wake up and drown in your cornflakes. So come on, guys, let's be realistic.
Yeah, but he didn't say realistic. He just said if there's one player you could.
Well,
sign
that's true. He didn't actually.
Who would you sign?
Haaland.
So Haaland straight away.
Haaland, yeah.
Age.
John will obviously be someone from Italy for you.
Yeah, it will be one. It'll be Anchor Westwood.
Yeah. Ashley Westwood more like, but that's not going to happen. For me,
did you just say Ashley Westwood?
No. I mean, no. I said more like Ashley Westwood, but that's
more like Ashley West. Who is Ashley Westwood?
No, hang on.
Plays Burnley.
I said more like Ashley Westwood. Because he's got no chance out of Bianchi. He ain't going to come to Newcastle, by the way. But personally, me, I've gone.
Where the hell? Why are we talking? What the hell? No, John. Anyway, let's no. Let's move on. We need to get speed.
You didn't answer the question you wish I was going to buy.
John, was that you interrupting the host again?
No, it's me.
Go on, mate. Who would you sign
in the summer? Realistically,
Benteke,
Ryan Brewster,
no.
Phil Jones.
No,
oh, please,
Vlahovic.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's not a bad shout, actually. Can you imagine Vlahovic and Haaland up front? Dear God.
Yeah, God.
That would be a tremendous front two. Daniil says Rafa is a football man. I don't see him as director of football.
Well,
Daniil, you kind of muddled yourself up there because if he's a football man, director of football would be perfect.
Oh, brilliant.
Am I missing something there?
I think so. I think
he means hands-on training pitch type of coach, doesn't he? Day in, day out, not kind of scouting around and things.
Yeah.
I get
that. Rafa is a controller and would find it hard to work when he isn't the main man.
I know Thomas, Gordon, James, Percy, they'll all be disappointed.
Who is the big, thick set lad at Wolves? Built like a tank. That would be Traore.
Traore, I wouldn't have him.
Nah.
Inconsistent.
He's got a worse final product than St. Maximin,
Exactly.
to be honest. No way. Rafa would be terrible as director of football, says Morgul.
Can you explain why? Then just
we need explanations. It's fair enough just throwing out that he'd be terrible, but why?
We've given you great examples of why he would be good. I mean, come on, throw us a
there's
bone.
Tom saying there with Rafa's contact book, it's no brainer for him as director of football. Coutinho is a luxury player. Coutinho is a crock, says Neil.
Fair enough.
This is it. I'll stand a chance there.
Who?
Aubameyang just can't score.
He's gone him like he's done.
There's
terrible thing to say.
Full-time Everton win 2-1.
Has Rafa put his glasses in the pocket?
And he's off. Is he giving the fingers like the Leeds
Aye.
to the Everton
Jay,
fan?
did you see the Sunderland manager at the weekend?
Yes.
No,
He was getting grief and he turned around and stuck his fingers up at the Sunderland fans.
Really?
Yeah.
It's happened with every single Sunderland manager, though, hasn't it? In the past
the
4
Drew
years.
1-1 with Oxford, John. So
Apparently, Tottenham was still there trying to counter him.
Can you just keep that for 2 seconds? Can you just go back to Yahoo? That last comment.
It's not Yahoo, it's Yano.
Is it Yano? I couldn't see. It looks like 2 O's from where I'm sitting. By the way, Yano, Rafa's just beat Arsenal 2-1. The team that beat us 2-0. So yeah, up you.
I'll read it out. Yano says Rafa has no respect for anybody except Rafa. He wants to control everything. Look at the car crash that is Everton. No thank you to Rafa in any role. And to be fair, he's not the only Newcastle fan that thinks like that, because many people said he went to China for the money. So
he probably did go to China for the money, but he didn't leave Newcastle for the money. He left Newcastle because his contract ran out and he wouldn't be given funds and say on players that he wanted to bring into the club, because we had a dickhead of an owner, and that's cost us massively by having Steve Bruce the last 2 years.
he failed in China, Barry.
Man, he failed in China, but he still went there for the money, but he didn't leave Newcastle for the money.
He failed, and he's failing at Everton.
He's just beat Arsenal 2-1.
Well, anybody can beat Arsenal 2-1.
Really? We didn't.
It's Arsenal, man. We're Newcastle. Things are different.
No. You said anyone will beat Arsenal.
Are you not on maternity leave yet, Barry?
Nope.
Jesus Christ.
I'm devastated. I'm not around next week because I got some great pictures for John coming back from Milan as well. I'm absolutely gutted. I'll have to pass them on to Billy, and old Billy can work his magic.
Chesway says, genuine question on Coutinho. As a talent as he is, and even if he could stay fit, would you want a player who refuses to play to force a move? I don't want those toxic personalities near our club, in my honest opinion.
We've got Ryan Fraser.
Yeah, exactly. He came to us after forcing a move from Bournemouth. And then again, when we get bigger and better in these bigger players, they're going to do the same thing. It happens in football. Look at Kabay.
Don't you put Kabay in the same bracket as them?
Refused to play though, didn't he? And then went to Paris Saint-Germain.
Listen, when you say refused to play, Baz, something was going on there. Kabay had been promised a move. And there's a difference there when he, once again, Charnley and Ashley promised him a move.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get all that, and it's not nice that happened. But he let the fans down by not playing, in my eyes, because he gets paid all that money.
Didn't let me down,
and he should play regardless of what the situation is, in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. Baz, are you related to Simon Cowell by any chance, Baz?
Shay Given did it as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Don't even mention them.
Shay Given didn't do it for that. The bastard.
Anyway, hang your head in shame, Billy Trey. Hang your head in shame.
Let's move on very quickly. I've got 2 more things on my list before we finish.
Right, hang on a minute. Kevin says, Yano, correcto mundo. Rafa's rule, no thanks.
Oh, come on, Kevin. This is why we disagree a lot, me and Kevin. Plus, he reminds me of my brother because he always disagrees with me a lot as well.
Barry, I think a lot of people disagree with you, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm nearly right. I'm like Rafa Runner.
Yes. Oh, well, yeah. Get on with it, will you? 2 more. Go for it.
Yes, you probably already mentioned him tonight when I wasn't around, but James Tarkowski is out of contract and he's a centre back we are definitely looking at. So lump it or like it, we could end up with him. I know I don't think many people do, to be fair. Take Ben Mee instead, which we said last week or 2 weeks ago. And the last thing is the players are absolutely buzzing and loving life under Eddie Howe. He's been a breath of fresh air since his arrival. The players are super fit and he knows his football. They all respect him. Didn't hear any of that in the last 2 years, did we?
That's a good point. Ryan says, Lee Gunner and chill. That's normally what John does on the night time.
Hey!
Botman was injured for the start of the season. It's not his fault. Lots of exclamation marks. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Edwards is leaving Liverpool as he's a top director of football. There has been rumours when he announced his resignation that it was Newcastle United. It'll be interesting. Vinicius
spoke
Jr.
about Nathan Ake tonight because he's been mentioned.
No, and we're not going to be talking about Nathan Ake because no.
You wouldn't have him?
No. Sense the tone, Baz.
No, I'm a bit surprised. I mean, he's quick. He's ball-playing centre-back. He's still getting games for Man City. So,
Billy Yoshi, you're nodding. You must. Are you interested in Nathan Ake?
As part of with a tough defender next to him, definitely.
What about Arthur Cabral? I think that's how you pronounce it.
What's he? Never heard of him.
C-A-B-R-A-L.
Billy, you do realise it's Barry reading the name out. It could be anything.
Exactly, it could be anything. But 23-year-old Brazilian, he scored 25 goals in 26 appearances in the Swiss side.
Oh, you mean Zico?
That's not. No, it's Arthur Cabral. Cabral. C-A-B-R-A-L.
I'm sure his name's Cabral.
Cabral.
Anyway.
Just say Swiss side. Could get him for 15 million, apparently. Would you take him with the stats?
I don't know much about this guy.
Same here as well. I don't
really don't.
See, Forever Ron's talking a lot of sense. Only one signing, Paul. Bring me Cody. Christian Eriksen, maybe. He's training again at the Densest training ground. I think it'd be a while before he's playing again, to be honest. Yeah. If he does get back to full fitness, then yeah. He's an interesting one because he's certainly out in the cold at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah. NFC 360, they've got a good following, haven't they? So Lingard, Harry Winks, Ross Barkley, and Kieran Trippier in January.
Yeah. Morgul says, John again with not going to come to Newcastle, though. I mean, he's right, but it's becoming his catchphrase, and I subbed to his channel, thinking about making it a drinking game.
The thing is, though, right? You've got to be realistic, guys. You know, we're not.
The thing is, though, John, in 10 minutes they'll be all hammered.
we should forget about the elite players in a minute, sort of thing. Give it a couple years, see how we do. Get into Europe, right? Then think about getting elite players coming in. But in a minute, we're not in that position yet. We've got to get out of the bottom three first, and then we've got to build year on year, and just go from there.
Money, John.
We got patience.
Sean Longstaff to Everton.
Well, I could see that if Rafa stays at Everton. If he goes for, if he loses his job at Everton, then no, I can't see that happening. But again,
knockdown price in January. Obviously, he was quoted 50 million a long time ago. They'll probably get 15 million now.
Interesting. But anyway, that is it for the Monday Night Rumour Mill for another 2 weeks. Certainly some interesting names have been back in there again, indeed. But hopefully when January comes along, some of these might well come to fruition, and we might be looking back on these in future shows and thinking, wow, yeah, you know, we were right when we mentioned them. Some of them, I think, are as far away as actually meeting the Pope, but you never know. I mean, if somebody like Haaland comes in January, I'll shave my face with a rusty razor. Because that's how confident I am that won't happen. But listen, you never know. Football is a funny game, as we well know. You know, shock signings have been certainly prominent in previous transfer windows. Not so much with Newcastle, but with a lot of other teams. And it'd be very interesting to see if any do come to fruition. But thank you very much for watching the show tonight, everybody. Thank you for joining in the live comments and putting players' names in there and having conversations about who would be good and who wouldn't be good for Newcastle United. If you have enjoyed the show, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, you like what you see, please don't forget to consider subscribing. And also subscribe to the other channels. We have PD Proudlock's channel, John Sinclair's channel. So if you like live streaming, John is the man to see. He's not in Italy now, so he can't. I believe you did quite a few recorded videos the other day, didn't you, John?
I did actually. Just thought I'd do it, and it's worked out. I don't run the press conference reaction before I went to Rome. I thought I did okay there, and just did a couple of clips over there as well. Yep,
it's cool. And of course, World of Sport TV, which we will be back on again next Monday night with the Four Horsemen of the Toon at 8 o'clock. Very much looking forward to that. Billy is making his full-time debut on the show. Obviously, he's been on before, but we're expecting him to come up with some crackers. I'm sure he's getting well prepared. Billy, are you?
We'll have a look, see what we can find.
Yes, I'm sure you'll find a bit.
I've got some crackers to send you.
Yeah. So Billy is the one that's going to be showing Barry's disgusting filth. So you know, let's announce it now that it's not Billy's mind, it's Barry's. So Barry will be there in spirit, no doubt. So join us on World of Sport TV for that. Obviously, we'll be putting links up for that later on in the week, on both on all the Twitter handles and everything like that. So make sure you do set a reminder for it. Shows coming up on the Toon Review this week. We have tomorrow night. We have the fan forum at 8:30. So come and join me live on the show for that. Talking about obviously the Burnley game. We'll talk about the signs coming down. We'll look forward to the Leicester game and plenty to discuss about our first win of the season. And on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, we've got myself and John again with the European Football Show. So we'll be looking through all the major leagues in Europe, seeing who's the movers and shakers from this weekend. So that should be a really good show as well. Peter, what you got coming up?
I've got PD's football live show this week. I'll have the preview for the Leicester game. Match day vlog while we're down there.
Yep.
As well, thoughts after the game, player ratings next day.
Now, bear in mind that we are sitting in a car going down to Leicester with Archer. I mean, you know, it's going to be
not
very
much room for him to get his top off, is there? And if he does, it's going to look.
Well, he may hang out the window like a shaggy dog, you know, shouting at all the cars if we hit road rage incidents. But it should be a very, very good trip down there. Looking forward to it. John, what you got coming up?
I'm doing the fans forum on Wednesday. I'm going to do the match preview on Thursday before I go off to Milan. But I'm going to do the press conference reaction on the recorded version when I go to Milan. So please watch out for that.
Are you doing that from a random cafe at Bristol Airport, John?
No, it won't be. I'll be flying at 7 o'clock in the morning. And when I get to Milan, I should be definitely doing it. But
record it outside the San Siro, mate. That would be quite interesting.
That'd be a dream.
What we got coming up on World of Sport TV, chaps?
Premier League review tomorrow.
Yes,
with
it'll be there.
Pete's on it. I'm going to try my best to do a review of the match on Saturday tomorrow as well. Then we got a cricket review potentially on Wednesday. We've got boxing on Wednesday. The boxing's a good show. You want to?
I'm not talking about the boxing. You mentioned cricket, mate. It just sends me into a comatose state. I know, it's the Ashes. I'll let you off.
It's the Ashes, exactly. Wednesday, we've also got the wrestling. Yeah. Friday, I think we've got pretty free. Thursday, we've got the Villa Pod podcast. Looking forward to the game. Saturday, they're going to do a live show. Sunday is the championship roundup. And then Monday night, the Four Horsemen.
There you go. So plenty to chew
and
over.
Mark Alcavecchia on Sunday on the golf show. We've got a major winner.
Also, Sad will be here next Monday, as you know why. So,
Christ, I need to find another. I need to find somebody else to come on the Four Horsemen as well. Then
we're going to have to. We're going to have to get a cardboard cutout with John and just stick them there. Do just as good a job, wouldn't it?
Then you can do all the Jack Canories when I'm not there.
Oh, yeah.
John's got broadband problems. He's not moving for the 2 hours.
Level 7 Dave, great candidate.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Linda's doing her yoga on Saturday, and if you ever say that again, Billy, you're going to get chucked off the show.
What did he say? I missed it. What did he say?
Level 7 Dave on for 2 hours. Could you imagine?
Oh.
I mean, come on. I love you, Dave, but Jesus Christ, you'll end up going through 4 pizzas and Indians ice cream. Jesus Christ.
No, I can't give him an Indian. Fuck that.
I don't want anyone farting on my show.
Oh, my God. Right. That is the end, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow night on the Fan Forum at 8:30, and the guys will see you on their various channels, and we'll be back on World of Sport TV next Monday with the Four Horsemen. But thank you very much for taking part. Thank you again to everybody who super chatted tonight. Michael, fantastic again, as usual. And everybody else that super chatted, thank you so much. But we will see you all next Monday for the Horsemen. Good night, everybody.